as you said about Kevin.
Yeah, I mean that's my overall talking point. Is Kevin the only one that made it make sense? And when it comes to marriage, he had a lot of married women call. It was pretty much women by the time he
Hmm.
blew up. But they would call and be like, I'm outgrowing my marriage, or I'm super successful and he not, or I'm about to leave him because we arguing. And he kind of, I picked up a lot of feathers out of his cap. But one thing he would say is, like, bitch, you need to sit down. Like, you need to
Right.
stay and fix your car. You sell that car, and you're gonna end up by yourself, alone, looking crazy. You know what I mean? So he
Yeah.
was a huge advocate for marriage, unlike the incel army.
Yeah, because the incels, they don't. Well, this Haitian brother I know named Hold the Truth, who he would consider himself, I guess, or I don't know what I haven't talked to him in a long time, a black pillar. And the thing about the black pill is, those are where the incels came from, which came from the red pill, right? The red pill started off as, this is a real quick overview, as like guys with girlfriends and married guys that were in a forum like in early 2000 online, just talking about how to make their relationship better, right? And then some of them were what they call what they call male rights advocates, where they would like try to petition to change the divorce court laws that kind of favor women and divorce laws, right? And anyway, they would talk about relationships, and then after a while, pickup artists, those people that people can pay to help them try to get women, they kind of took over the identity of the red pill community. And what happened was they stopped talking about relationships and just about, like, trying to get hook up. And then I guess some of the black pillars, I mean, some of those people, younger red pillars, they got kind of disillusioned. They said, I can't get any girls. I'm a dweeb. I'm this and that. So no matter
Hmm.
what I do, so they started to break down more evolutionary psychology and like how looks determine. That's what women are really looking at, and then women are the ones that really choose, over men, right? And then there's certain things that you can't change, like you can't change your looks, and that's the most important thing. And then maybe money and status comes next, but looks is what how people choose their mate. And then they felt like they were dweebs and they couldn't get any weenies, they couldn't get any women, so they started to really obsess over this whole genetics and like looks and stuff, and then became the incels that just sit on their computer and type about this shit. And then some of them got bold enough, like Elliot Rogers, that kid that killed hella people in Santa Barbara. I made videos about it, like vlogs
Hmm.
before he did it, and he killed people because he would like literally go out and watch people at the beach sitting down, like making out or whatever, and just loathe them and hate them. And he finally got the 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 motivation to go kill them and other innocent people. And that's that incel behavior, school shooter behavior. And the main difference I think about the black pill and the red pill is the black pill are more nihilists, meaning like they think that like this is the way my Latin life, I can't change it, you know, I can't change it. Whereas the red pill, they have these strategies that if you improve yourself, for example, you can probably get what you want in terms of a woman, long term or short term. So
So this is my question, right? Who gave women their rights? What culture, like what ethnicity, what group of people gave women their rights? Who had the rights to give away? You feel I'm coming from with it?
yeah, that I mean, in terms of a race, the white people that were in
Right.
power. Yeah.
So it's like it seemed like the dweebs and the betas and the guys that weren't confident. This is where my mind gets tripped up at. Like, you white. Like, I get it if you like a subclass of person. But you got white privilege. So like where's the disconnect with these kids? They can't, you feel what I'm
They
saying?
don't
Get
know it, bro. They don't know that. They don't know, like, there is white privilege. There is white privilege, like in general, especially we've seen it in being Americans, that they seem to get the upper hands in terms of like if that's a deciding factor in getting certain things in certain situations. It's a lot of times it could be because of their race, them being white, right? Because that's the paradigm culture for many years, right? But I have to say this from my observations that at a lot of white people, they they kind of have a feeling that they have white privilege. However, they don't pop lock it. They don't
mm,
use it to their advantage. And this is where you get these weenies and dweebs. Whereas like the Wall Street Patrick Bateman tycoon will put that, you know, and run with it, get that white privilege and run with it. You know, there's a lot of people out there that don't use that because one, they don't know, they don't see how they can, how it can benefit them, and two, maybe they're lazy. You know,
yeah, because I'm like, you're not
so they rather
coming
just
from the
theorize.
like this. Like let's look at it as simple as we can. I want to start with the origins of. I got time tonight. I got time.
Hmm.
So we can start with the origin of the red pill, but this my thing. Like you got money, you're not coming from the impoverished trailer park, low income. Take one of these. I ain't gonna disrespect them. Take one of these chicks out, right? And
Hmm.
you can get you a Susie. You can like it's. You see them coming from? You
Yeah,
could do it. You could get somebody on your level that's not a smoking hot chick.
yeah, Susie, I like that.
You know
I
what I
heard
mean?
of
You
her.
could get you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm coming from? It's like so. It's I want to root for these dudes as like on some underdog shit. Like, man, just get you a new
yeah,
pair of glasses, change your
hmm,
threads, like some McLovin type shit. Like, I'm not,
yeah.
but it's like, where do the racism? That's another thing I gotta understand. Somebody gotta teach me this. Where does the racism fit into men's rights?
Well,
Like, how we get there?
well, I mean, whoever's well, men's rights advocates were, I think they were just basically just dealing with things that they felt that were unjust. And they literally tried to grassroots mobilize to change some of the laws locally and then I guess federally about, like I said, about for example, divorce. How a lot of times a woman would get the child no matter what, even if she was a
I'm
bad
with you.
mother.
I'm with you.
And then yeah, but in terms of the race, I think like I was talking about this yesterday. Um, I think when people get in their groups, though, they just really get very homogenic in the sense that they just think about their only perspective, and then doing that, if someone's not there to check them from an outside point of view, they can have their own perspective, but negativity and for example racism can plug into any situation. You know,
So
so
this,
that's why it comes from. I think when they get together and they start talking, certain people start talking about these things that they use the men's rights and male female sexual dynamics manosphere as a cloak to talk about other things that are bothering them that they feel slighted about in life. And some people are just like butthurt because maybe I'm theorizing now, maybe they're tired of seeing as the black man as being like you know, the stud, you know, the
so
superstar and all that. Yeah.
and see, this is why this shit is. It's fuck a house on fire. This shit is a office building on fire because you get guys like Hank and Myron and them and Tommy Sotomayor to go sit up under these motherfuckers and chant the racist shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then like we seen with Fresh and Fit and Hank and Tommy, they gonna end up calling you a hard ER, right? And
Yeah.
you can't come home. You can't come home. We not I mean, you know how I mean, like you can't come back from this shit and just now I'm super blackety black. I'm African. Like Myron's from Africa. You know what I mean? The Fresh and Fit boys from
His
Africa.
parents are from Sudan, and he was raised in Connecticut. upstate New
Yeah,
York.
so you can't.
Yeah,
So the whole shit
I
is
think it's
I need to
Connecticut.
be.
Yeah,
I just need to be educated. How we go
yeah.
from changing marriage rights to the divorce and shit to it's racist. So it's like that's why I was saying in the other video, like it's racist white dudes that was in power that didn't give women any rights. So when the racist white guys in power gave women's rights, that brought in. I did the series on Arm& Hammer propaganda. That brought in uh the Rosie propaganda with a Roya like that, like the
Rosie
whole
the
shit.
Riveter.
Rosie the Riveter, right? That Black Lives Matter. I'm about to. It's so that's why it's looking like smoke and mirrors to me. Like if you racist, you definitely got white privilege because the people in power are racist. So as that trickle down, you can. I mean, what the fuck? You can just order Instagram bitches, and that's gonna make you feel like somebody. You got $1,000, fucking Tommy Illuminati. You ain't got to be a racist fucking a racist. I'm gonna keep my insults, man, because I ain't trying to say nothing crazy and
Yeah,
get
you
fucking
don't need to
tagged.
do no. Yeah, we don't need to do ad hominems, but you can
But
still speak freely though, for sure.
right,
Yeah.
so I'm saying, bro,
Uh,
you could spend your money on chicks and get the same gratification as a relationship if you really the bottom of the barrel loser. But I don't know. I'm sorry. I
Yeah, well,
apologize
to
again.
me, no, you're good. You're good. To be honest, though, man, like from what I noticed, because I've been in these to get, like, I guess, kind of like gonzo journalism, like Hunter S. Thompson, Fear and Loathing,
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas. Like when I want to find out something, I kind of throw myself into it. And so I've been in some of these Telegram groups, and there always is, even if it's like a predominantly white, there's always black people. They're everywhere, bro, in there. And I've noticed that it's usually the most loserish, like basement dweller, doomer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most racist, right? In these groups, and then not to say that these other people don't have racist or prejudice tendencies in them in the group, but it's the ones that are the loudest are the most loserish because they in my opinion they want to, they're not go-getters in life. Like you said, they don't use their privilege, white privilege or economic privilege, whatever it is, and they want to blame somebody for their mistakes. And it's easy, low hanging fruit to talk shit about black people because that's what the predominant people in power would do for years, right? So that's but they you can't do it anymore like they used to out in public because people will fucking call you out and try to counsel you. So they go into these groups and do it. And the interesting thing enough is people like Myron and not so much Hank because he doesn't have a big platform, but Myron, Nick Fuentes, who's actually part Mexican, which is crazy. Uh, Myron, him, Tommy Sotomayor, like these are black guys and they use the hard R like all the time and stuff as a way, and they're not basement dwellers. However, they realize that they have a special, they have an opportunity to to be the fucking Uncle Ruckus around these other people with white people with clout on social media. That if they just go own it and go 24/7 Uncle Tom, they can actually get a lot of fans because there's quite a lot of people nowadays, black people that follow these people. It ain't just white people that follow Tommy
Yeah, I know the
and
Indian
then
boys.
yeah,
I know
yeah,
the Indian boys on that tip, and I know the Chinese boys on that tip.
yeah, them too. Yeah, yeah.
I did a video that for some reason it gave me. I think I got like 2 strikes on my old channel trying to post about this Asian neo-Nazi group, and they was going hard, but it was
Wow,
like they
I
wouldn't.
never heard of that. It's crazy.
They just kept taking it down. Yeah,
Mm.
and but I'm saying one thing Kevin Samuels used to talk about is masculinity and femininity. And I don't hear that. Like a lot of these dudes need, and that's probably why they don't even bring Kevin's name up, right? Fresh and Fit. fell out with Kevin Samuels, and O'Shea Duke Jackson kind of put the business in the street.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like basically he was coming on their channel not knowing that they was. This is what O'Shea said not knowing that they was racist and didn't fuck with Kevin. He
Mm.
thinking
Yeah.
it's networking, it's YouTube, I'm
Yeah.
popping, you popping, whatever. But he said, they was talking shit to another YouTuber that ran back and told Kevin,
Yeah.
right? So it's
I figure you
like,
find out eventually.
right, and
He's smart.
I'm pretty sure it probably was some racist shit. I don't think they was like, what, you feel what I'm saying? He was popping, quote unquote, at the time, so it was like, what would make him back off? But
Mm-hmm.
I even got to say though, Kevin Samuels is a product of Tommy Sotomayor.
Yeah, we have that. Oh, the video you made, that great video you put together where you talked about it. Yeah, let me get that
So,
shit.
and I want to say that Kevin Samuels was in a Greek fraternity, and
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, to put it in perspective, if Kamala Harris wins the presidency, she's AKA Boule. They trying to have Ketanji Brown Jackson swear her in, and she's a
Mm-hmm.
Delta Boule, Greek Boule, and they trying to do it on Martin Luther King's birthday, and he was Alpha Psi Alpha Boule,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I don't. All this shit is looking like a play to me, bro. I don't trust the red pill movement. I
Mm-hmm.
don't trust. I don't trust
Yeah, I don't. Good going. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was gonna say I don't trust any movement on code, almost.
Man, I'm
Right?
telling you, all this shit
Yeah.
is puppets.
Yeah.
The black Democrat shit, the alt right Trump shit,
Uh huh.
the dating scene, the 20v1s and the popular, like all this shit is not looking real. The red pill, let's stay on top of the red pill. Don't look real to me. I don't
Yeah.
trust these basement. I want to say names so bad, but I'm trying to keep calm.
Yeah. I mean, don't. I mean, don't.
No,
Yeah. I won't tell you what to do, but I try not to take it so personal. Doesn't mean that doesn't like I got feelings about it and stuff, but
well, I
we
mean,
don't even know
I
these
want to.
people and shit.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not insult names. I'm talking about put a name on it. I wanna call some uh people not as big as Fresh and Fit and Nick Fuentes and Andrew Tate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it's people down here with us that's
Like who?
parallel with
Just
the.
say it. Who? Fuck it, man. This is like it ain't like they really be fucking. Maybe they be ninja washing, but fuck them, man. If they want to talk, they can always talk. But who?
I
So we can
mean,
say point our finger at them and point five fingers back.
I'm looking at people like Pill Eater,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
I'm looking at based oracle because
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning, but that based word seemed to kind of be associated with that alt right red pill. Like I'm starting to see shit clear over there.
Yeah. Well, that
Correct
word
me
is
if I'm wrong.
Well, yeah, that word is definitely it is like from the uh how we say like 4chan. 4chan is basically like the young white boy forum, edgy forum where they talk about politics and use memes as a way to, I guess, digitally combat the what you
Okay.
call it politically correct. That's where you have the hand signal, the blood, the one that you did videos about with their hand like that with the B.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
mean that means many things, but they try to like use it as a connotation to your, like you said about like kind of like like I'm a white boy, fuck you type shit. I don't know what that's. I'm just coming up with that shit now, but the whole base thing. Once again, just like how the red pill, we'll get into it later. Just like how the red pill, in a way, a lot of the tenants, like Rollo Tomasi, who was called somebody called him the godfather of the red pill, and he ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the stuff he's got allegedly his tenets, his philosophy was from a black red pillar pickup artist named Player Supreme, rest in peace, and some other
Now,
forums. So, and so what I'm saying is, uh, same thing with the word bass. Bass is from Little B. That's from West Oakland,
base
Berkeley.
God.
Like bass, like bass god, right? Because you know bass rock, cocaine. If you smoke that shit, you're to the moon. You're bait. You know, you're fucking high as
Hmm.
hell, right? But he flipped it and used it as a good thing, bass god, right? And then these
Hmm.
white boy younger cats started using it too. And this is how it got into the 4chan and the Pepe the Frog meme
So
and
let me
yeah.
ask you this. Like, I need to be educated. Right. The term red pill, does it get why are they saying red pill? Does that have to do anything with the
Good question.
matrix or not?
Yes, it does, which is funny because I remember when I first discovered the red pill, maybe about like 2015, 14. I was looking up Matrix stuff. I was looking up Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine. You know, we're trying to break the Matrix. Color code
Okay.
lockdown. You know what I'm talking about? And then I
Okay.
came up, and then I
Mm.
found this shit. They're like, the red pill is talking about male female dynamics. I'm like, what? I want to have some consciousness stuff. I don't care about that shit. And then a couple
Okay.
years
Mm.
later, I rediscovered it because I needed to have some insight into relationships and stuff because I was already married like for 7 years, and certain things were coming up, and I was like, trying to, always trying to improve everything in my life. And then I started
Hmm.
to study the red pill, and they what they did is they took the Morpheus red pill, conscious blue pill sleep metaphor, and they put it towards uh, female dynamics, male female dynamics, and saying that it's a gynocentric means female centered world. Actually, that's the biggest psyop, is the fact that we always hear that women, this is the red pill, what they think, that we always think that the women have it so bad, only the women, but actually the men have a lot of things that they're going against too, that makes it difficult, and females have a lot of privileges that no one wants to talk about, and if you do, you get called a misogynist, or so
Well, this
this
is
is
this is
the
the plight of the quote unquote red pill. I'm with you, but
Mhm.
this is the environment they created. Like, who got more? You the top of
Yeah,
the. We
yeah.
talking Jew. We talking, yeah. We talking yarmulkes. We
Hmm.
talking. You feel what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
talking German descendant. Yeah. So, but this is another thing I want to say. Well, we also, what this is what I think, this is a whole separate video within itself. But fuck it. I think the same way they flipped the term woke, because I kept telling people woke was from the Matrix. I'm like, you woke to the,
Right.
like, see through the Matrix. Like, it was a whole. This is not no Mandela effect. Red pill and woke came from the Matrix, right?
Hmm.
Then when they flipped it, they're like, woke was like Disney DEI type, shit that we all
Liberalism,
don't like. You feel what I'm saying?
extreme
Now,
liberalism, like the gay shit, for
you see
example.
what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
is this is pretty much what they did with the red pill. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because Sophia Stewart wrote the book, and the Wachowski brothers. Let me make it make sense. Like Buka Capone, let me land this. The Wachowski brothers stole her intellectual property. Let me say it correctly.
Hmm.
Made the movie, and this is factual, actual. And what did the Wachowski brothers go on to do?
They became transgender transvestites.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now you see the connection with the red pill homosexuality. You see what I'm saying? If you really, it's they okay. Let me say it as clear as I can say it. And this is what anybody, you know, I don't know where Nero Jack stand on the situation, but this is what I'm saying. I feel like the red pill stole everything from really a black perspective. You stole the idea from Sophia,
Hmm.
right? Uh, you stole based from base God, okay? uh, it's pretty much how Pearl was. Like, remember when Pearl came out? A lot of people was like, "Oh, well, she just talking Kevin Samuels shit." Like, she like a
Yeah,
lot of
she
people was
was.
kind of,
She got that vacuum when he died and took ran with it.
you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like
as talking
you,
points. Yeah.
who has a better? I'm just saying, you the whole red pill shit. You really stole it from a black perspective, and I really it's really like Tariq Nasheed. The way Tariq Nasheed shitted on Myron and the rest of you fucking troglodytes in that little Twitter space back and forth they had. If you type dark corner of the internet, Illuma, what's the Illuminati, Illumatami? If you type
Luma Tommy,
motherfuckers,
yeah,
if
out
you
of
type
Colorado.
if you
Yeah.
type cavemen, talk to people like Tariq Nasheed or myself, I'm
Uh
not
huh.
ducking no smoke. You you end up looking like Myron. Everybody agreed Myron and the rest of them got judo flipped by Tariq Nasheed.
Mhm.
And that's because a lot of these dudes is moving with that delusional confidence.
Mhm. Yeah, they are.
I
Yeah.
mean, anybody, I'm trying to keep calm. Maybe we
Well,
should,
you got a lot of points right there. Good
I
points.
mean,
Let me.
yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say though, like, let me just like back go over some of the stuff you said because you said a lot of interesting things, good things that I agree with, and some things that I want to add some stuff. It's in terms of the Lumatami, that guy's wild, bro. He's crazy, bro. Because I just discovered his. I heard about him a couple months ago, but I actually started listening to his channel the last couple weeks. And bro, he does not care. He'll throw that hard R around, but not no buts. But I'll say, however, it's very interesting when he starts talking about his life and like him going living in Colorado, because even though he'll say these things, he'll tell these anecdotal stories and they seem like they're true, where he literally like helped like black people, like homeless people and stuff staying in his house, or he's still talking about some black kids like some robbed him that he knew who they were, and he was like he wanted to, he was angry about it, so and he said he ended up buying them pizzas and stuff like that, and it's just weird how like the guy that's the most overt in terms of his racial slurs is the one guy. It's the guy that I've seen in this section that actually has stories where he actually helped black people, which is a weird dichotomy. Whereas these other guys, they hide in their Discord or their small stream, and they'll do the little slurs, but then when you're around, they'll act normal. So that's my take on the Tommy shit, and the whole thing about uh stealing based and the Sophia Stewart stuff. Um, I used to do shows like since 2013 about all this stuff, and my what I come to agree that what makes sense to me is the fact that I would say that there was a black, aka melanated people on Earth were the only people on Earth on one time, and they basically invented civilization, art, science, math, all that. Everything we use, philosophy today, and for whatever reason, it those civilizations were they fell, right, and it wasn't until the Greek, aka the Greeks and some other folks, resurrected this shit and they tried to like play it off as themselves is what we're using now, but in actuality the black man, if you're going to use those color terms, invented almost everything that we use that's of substance and quality. So that's why it's not a surprise to me. I don't talk about it much now, like them stealing the red pill and all this shit, because this I mean this is how I see things. I just don't talk about it all the time, so it's not a surprise to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They stole the whole shit. It's like you trying to act like you struggling and oh, it went my marriage and now it's the beef with the LGBT and the you just a race. It's like different than, you know what I mean? What the fuck is going on here?
Well, they are struggling though, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, I'll show you that. Yes, they have the privilege and that on one level, but then again, bro, they don't take advantage of it. So they are having these problems. These problems are real, bro. These guys are getting cucked. These guys are letting women lead them around that don't have their best interests. And the thing is, you've seen it. You probably saw it, recently. I see it, well, maybe there's times when I was like that in the past, but I moved on from that and getting better and better. And and it's so bad that it's not just a white thing, it's a black thing, an Asian thing, because that's the paradigm still to this day in the West is the European mindset. And so much so that even dudes in the hood are acting like blue pill simps and
Well,
stuff.
it's funny.
And then
Think about the whole community of red pill men going their own way. Who the only one that died?
oh that well, he's not the only one. Kevin Samuels, you mean?
Yeah, who else
No,
died?
no, no. The funny thing is, he's not the only one. There's, like I said, Player Supreme. He's dead. He's black. There's
Mm.
Steve Conway. He's dead. He was he was a big Mode One pickup artist. He was a big forefront and what a lot of these guys talk about. He died last year. Uh, a lot of these, yeah, I don't know too many white people that have died in this shit, but yeah,
I knew it was. So do you see what I'm saying? Like the shit that Kevin Samuels was saying is absolutely different. This is not the same red. This is what. Okay, I'm a black guy, right? Let's keep it as basic as I can make it. I didn't hear about the red pill till Kevin Samuels, right? And like I was saying earlier, I was not a fan. I thought he was gay. As soon as I seen the picture, as soon as I heard the
could be
voice,
still.
right? I'm not saying it was or wasn't. I'm just saying when I first encountered it, when I visually and audibly encountered it, I just was like, oh, y'all got a gay dude talking to chicks. Like that's not for me, right? That's a female, like that's their thing, right? I didn't know nothing about him talking to guys for 3, 5 years, whatever it was. I just saw the viral clip like everybody else. You average at best. So when I was like, y'all listening to the gay dude that's talking to the, I don't want to say the gay dude, I don't want, but y'all listening to the LGBT guy that's talking to the girls about how to get guys. Why y'all listening to that? That's weird to me. And people's like, you need to hear what he's saying, man. You need to hear this. I'm like, okay, right. I'm talking shit. Let me dive in like you did with the troglodyte. I said, let me let me sit in in one of these classes and see what they talk about. And he like convinced me, like it made sense to me. So it's just this is just repackaged racism. Let's call it what it is. Fear of a black hat. Let's call it what it is.
Well, yeah, the people like Rollo Tomasi and even Andrew Tate and the Tommy can be seen as that, but the way I see it though, not the red pill in itself, because the red pill. This is the red pill. What I think the red pill in itself is, and I wasn't even in the normal researching the normal red pill. I was researching the married red pill stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is it. Of course, I don't have it ready for me. Here, married red pill. This is what they tell you about it. Let me get this.
But I
This is
mean,
the
this
stuff
is
they're fucking with.
yeah. Let me see something. I
I
need to
don't.
be
I don't think
educated.
the yeah because we're talking about maybe two different things in a little bit, even though they're in the same ballpark. We're talking about more of the gatekeepers, the loudmouths of what who call themselves red pillars. I'm talking about the philosophy of the red pill because I don't really care about so much about YouTuber influencers and stuff like that, other than their entertainment value. And so with that said, I don't trip out when I hear an entertainer say some weirdo shit, right? Because they're trying to get clout and be infamous and stuff. So what I do know, the little I do know about the red pill is this right here. So let me share the screen, and then you can see that this married red pill. And what I'm about is like shit that's practical. So if you go to the right side of this married red pill subreddit, it talks about what the red pill terms are. They call it the sidebar right here. Books to read to get you kind of like in the right mindset. Like this book is like course requirements right here. Curriculum. Think of the red pill as a class. This is like, it says No More Mr. Nice Guy by Dr. Robert Glover, which is a good book because a lot of people just placate to other people just because they want to fit in, right? They let people walk all over them. And this book is kind of reminding men and women, but mostly men, being a nice guy is gonna get you like, you know, walked all over. It doesn't mean being rude or anything. It just means being fake. Then this other one, this book about making your married life better, the primer, and then this other one, when I say no, I feel guilty, talking about people who always are, you know, yes, yes, yes to everything, and they get walked over. Then there's these other books and stuff like so. This is the type of shit that I was more interested in the fitness, the self improvement. So when I think of red pill, I think about this shit. I don't think about Andrew Tate in Fresh and Fit yelling at women because I see that more as entertainment so they can get rich. Even though there are some younger folks, especially who don't have discernment like me, and they may like, you know, get a warped view of what it is.
So okay,
So
so this is now. See, you just taught me something. You might have just taught the audience something too. Apparently, it the red pill has gone from more of a kind of beta scene, trying to get into an alpha posture,
hmm
to where as though once it was kind of presented to me, somebody that was unfamiliar, like to the world that was unfamiliar around the world,
hmm
as more of an alpha perspective. Now, like remember that classic scene where dude walked up on Andrew, what's the dude with the big strong guy walked up on the debater
Wes
person?
Watson, the ex-convict with the diaper, with the white diaper at the Fresh and yeah, he went up to Andrew Wilson, the master debater.
Yes.
There's a course out
Like
now for $500. $500.
that's a perfect dynamic of what the
Yeah,
red pill was and what the red pill is. Well, not I don't want to say it, but you see what I'm saying? What
yeah.
we and remember how they had the stage
Probably what
kind
it
of
is
set up.
now.
You see what I'm saying? Remember that
Yeah.
particular event? They had the stage set with like Bandman Kevo, the wild
hmm
guy that got up. You know what I mean? And then like
Yeah.
who the fuck
Wes
else
Watson.
remember?
Yeah.
Right? But then on the other side they had the average Joe kind of, you
hmm
know what I mean? Dudes
The more
without the job.
intellectuals,
Right. You see where I'm coming from? So
the average dude. Yeah.
it's this is some interesting shit, man. But this is what makes me think is if this would have started and then now you got, you know, goofballs presenting it to the world, it's like,
hmm Yeah.
is it control opposite? Like did the movement get infiltrated? Like from you, somebody that has in-depth knowledge, why is it not still this? There's no racism
Yeah.
here. There's no
There's not
flamboyance
really.
here. So why didn't it stay this?
Because people want the wow factor. They want the voila, as the French say. They want, you know, like the hot shit, attractive shit. They don't want to. They don't want the shit that not as maybe it's not as attractive, but actually works. They rather get the thing that's shiny, but that falls apart. And
So
it's still
would it
here.
be
It's just that people don't look it up.
would it be
Go
safe
ahead.
to say that would it be safe to say that these dudes aren't even demonstrating real red pill because now we have the original text. You know what I mean? Now we have the
Yeah, I
root.
would think so. I would think so. It like there's different that yeah. they're representing not the core where it started from. They're more representing what it's become. Like what I told you, there was a spot where the pickup artistry, when it went from this, the core of how to become a better man for yourself and your girlfriend and your wife and your family and your community and keep going, you know, like, and then the pickup artists took over like 10 years ago, and they started to be like focused on, because part of the red pill is like they tell you just lift, bro. That's the first thing. Before I tell you anything else, you need to lift weights, because why? How can I take you seriously if you can't even take yourself seriously and get strong? Which I think is pretty cool, you know.
Well,
So go lift, and then we'll talk more about it, right? And then we'll talk about game, like trying to have charisma and work on your finances. But these pickup artists is straight for the fucking game part, which is corny, and that can be very awkward to women. To cold approach, for example,
so
to
look,
walk up to them. Yeah, go ahead.
bro, we really connected some dots. I hope people catch this live. Tariq Nasheed used to be K Flex, the pickup
That's right.
artist, right? He had the VH1 show. I can't remember the title, but he had a
K
show of
Flex.
he had a this is, listen to how big this sounds. Now we see Tariq as a YouTuber, blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
He had a show on VH1 teaching guys how to pick up girls. And now he's arguing with red pillars like Tommy Sotomayor, and you say, so
Yeah.
this is a mind fuck for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is happening in real
Full
time
circle,
for
huh?
me.
Full circle. Yeah. Yeah. Let me show you this video right here. I'm glad you're seeing it. Yeah. Because
Please.
I mean, I was in it. I mean, I was like in it and like listening to it and studying from it. Me and Shadowback, a lot of our discussions are about this stuff still today. So let me see. Shout out to Shadow.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Shadow.
yeah. Let me see this video. Oh yeah, the good one about yeah, what the black pill is. I mean, not the black pill, the red pill.
Yeah,
Because
teach me.
it's become like it morphed into many different sectors. So here, let me share.
So before you hit the button, one last question. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry. This is a learning experience for all of us. Was this a multiracial at its core? Was like, so what I'm saying is, where does the black guy fit in this, or was he
Well,
already built into this? It wasn't. It was racial neutral, or what's the right?
well, yeah. Well, think about it this way. Like, would you say that when the computers first becoming a more of a household thing, not just companies have them, was probably in the early 2000s,
Hmm.
right? So think about who would probably be online in forums in early 2000s when this red pill and these guys were talking about how to better their relationships and about talking about sexual dynamics, male female sexual dynamics. Probably white guys, right?
So hold on, they was on this shit. What year was this?
Probably early 2000s.
So like 20 years. They would say like 20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. They're talking about that they had forums and stuff talking about it. And depending on if you're, because a lot of times back then I didn't have a computer till many years later because economic wise it's very expensive for a lot of us that didn't have a lot of resources back then. But with that said, there was black people that actually had money, or maybe they didn't have money but they love computers so much, or the internet, that they figured out a way to get their computers and get themselves online, right? So I imagine though it was probably predominantly white, but there's probably like Mexican and black people in there too. Like I said, we're everywhere, just like white
So
people try to show off in a non-white people group all the time. Same thing with
okay,
same thing with the
vice
black
versa.
and yeah, vice versa. Yeah.
But I want to say, so just one last question. I
Hmm.
apologize.
No, no, don't
Was
apologize.
the
Okay.
was the uh in the early stages, early 2000s, there was no racism, correct? I just want to make sure
No,
we're
I mean probably not probably not as much as those groups are now, but just like I said, depending on, it's more of a group thing. Depending on if someone's policing that type of behavior and allowing that in the group,
mm,
then that depends on the particular group. But I don't think so, because they're more about the fucking the information, right?
Right. That's
You know,
what I'm
that was the
saying.
most, that was the top, yeah. So that was the top priority. It's like this. Like I was thinking about, we've seen these stories in these movies about, like, you know, the first black student at MIT, like in the 40s or 50s or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, those guys had a lot of racism, right, against them, from the professors and the students and the administration, but they were, you know, for whatever reason, they let those people in, right? And if you look at those, even Jackie Robinson too, they let him in the league, right? Be it academic or physically things, those people that were the minority in that thing, they know it's all fucked up, right? But so it would be redundant for them to always like just hyper focus on that. They're more about the information they're going to get out the situation, even though they know a lot of people there don't want them there. And I think some of these situations are like that too. It's like, you may know, like, get that feeling that, like, yeah, some of these people probably don't like me there, but it's like, fuck it, I'm here for the information.
Right. I've been in those spaces.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think this probably went on in the red pill, but from the old shit I read, like, I don't see anything about like race or anything like that. If anything, what they tell you to read is called the red pill sidebar. And it talks about, it's like a 23-page essay about how the world is like Matrix and shit, but from the point of view of the social sexual dynamics.
So can we confirm that the term is associated with the Matrix? Can we
Absolutely. Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Yeah,
but here's the thing too, I was going to add about a caveat to the Sophia Stewart thing. When I heard about that, like 14 years ago or however years ago, I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. Like how she made the Terminator 2 the story, and, you know, they wanted Will Smith for it and all this shit, and they stole it from her. I was like, damn, that's fucked up, man. I need to find out more information. And what I ended up doing, this is when I had my blog talk shoe radio show, 2013, 14. I actually found a reporter from your neck of the woods, African American young lady named Jordana Elizabeth, who was a reporter for like Rolling Stone and all these other musical magazines, and she wrote on pop culture. And one of the things I talked to her about with this very subject about Sophia Stewart, I wanted to know. I said, is she the one that, did she really read write the Matrix and Terminator? And because there's like people that said that she won in court and all this shit, and she said like she actually interviewed her and did research on it, and it was very murky, and she couldn't confirm that she was. So with that said, like, I don't know for sure if she did it or not, you know. However, I'm sure they stole it from somebody. I just don't know if it was her particularly, you know. So
we gotta. That's a.
She's from DC too. Jordana. Shout out to Jordana.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's an interesting story. But you got the video queued up. I'm sorry. This is interesting to me.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you like it. Interesting to me too. But I'm pretty sure it's definitely from the Matrix, this metaphor for the red pill. It's male-female sexual dynamics. Let me go.
I have been dating women. And what I found very fascinating is that the more I date women, the more I find myself understanding heterosexual men.
This week I found
horrible
cause to worry about young men. This headline from The Hill, it caught my eye. Most young men are single, most young women are not.
The red pill.
Can you hear this okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You've likely encountered this term in various contexts.
There's a reason that women live longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
So let's uncover the roots and controversies that surround it. While many may associate it solely with the Matrix, its significance has expanded far beyond the confines of a single film. In 1999, the science fiction film The Matrix introduced the concept of the red pill through a pivotal scene. Morpheus offers the protagonist Neo a choice between the red pill and the blue pill. The red pill would lead Neo to discover the harsh truth about his simulated reality, while the blue pill would allow him to remain in blissful ignorance.
Now, some of the red pill, they actually think that what the world is basically, like I said, feminist viewpoint, right? And it's upholded like that through not only through the feminist women, but also the male, as they call them, white knights that uphold this view. You heard that term, white knight? That's a manosphere term.
You're right.
White knight means like they simps basically. They
right.
yeah. So he's saying that that's kind of like the enemy. Like you just like these Smith characters in the Matrix, the feminist worldview and the white knight men are the enemies, right? For that, this is what that they're getting at.
Intriguing, isn't it? The Matrix laid the foundation, but it was the online communities that expanded and breathed life into the red pill concept beyond the film's narrative.
See, this guy that made the cool video, he's not talking about like the nuance of who the online community was. It was those men rights activists and also men who were married and had girlfriends that wanted to better their relationship too.
Let's delve deeper into it.
Go ahead.
For the people that's kind of from my generation, we had a show called Married with Children.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And remember that, right?
I like that. I had the sweatshirt and everything. Yeah.
You remember the No Ma'am group they started?
Yeah. No, ma'am. They hate the women, kind of like the women hater group in Little Rascals, right? So it goes even beyond that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even, what's funny about that is in the Little Rascals and in the Al Bundy shit, it was a black dude. So it was like,
you always gotta have the black dude.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So this is. I'm
Buckwheat
not sure anybody.
And then that guy.
This is getting deep.
Yeah. And also too, the No Ma'am for Al Bundy and the women haters group by Spanky and Buckwheat, our gang. It kind of reminds me of another aspect of the manosphere. Manosphere is another term for red pill, kind of too. Manosphere is like all these groups I talked about, like the black pill, the red pill, and also this is an important group. Like with No Ma'am, it's called MGTOW. It's an acronym: Men Going Their Own Way. Yes, that would be like kind of like the Nomad. But what's kind of strange about them is like, I mean, this is not strange, but they're older men. And some of them probably even had kids before. A lot of them got divorced, so they're jaded. So now they have this. They don't want to deal with women, right? But it's kind of like, how are you gonna do that, bro? Unless you like go out in the woods like Ted Kaczynski and live in a cabin.
No,
like
I think
you have to deal with women when you go to the fucking store, right?
But this is where there's an undertone of
yeah, right there is. Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
this is
men together too much, a little too much. We need our men's space. Like what we do here, like we build, we talk, we joke, right? We talk about the current events, surfing the apocalypse, episode 19. But we go to our women too, you don't want to just completely disengage from women. That is homosexual.
And see, that's why Kevin Samuels, like, I really gotta, I think that, I mean, this is just for me. This is kind of like an interesting dynamic of two people, like you encountered it. It's like some Back to the Future shit. Like you encountered it 20 years ago. I encountered it when an effeminate black guy went viral. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I'm not speaking ill of the dead. Like I'm a Kevin Samuels fan.
No, we like him. He's good. I call him Godfather.
Yeah, no.
Digital Godfather,
dude, yeah, like so.
He's a Godfather, really, not Rolo.
No, yeah, get Rolo. Yeah. Get Rolo the fuck out of here. Like I'm trying to watch my language. Like Don't make me talk. Don't make.
You can use language you talk about Rolo. He deserves it.
Get Rolo the fuck out of here. There's a few people get the fuck out of here. Get Tate the fuck out of here. Get all these dudes the fuck out of here. Like,
thing is though about these guys that even though we hate them, some of us hate them and stuff, that they are, even in their bullshit and distortion of the red pill, they are catalysts for getting men out of some really bad situations. So I can't forget that for like Fresh and Fit even as well. I know personally a good friend of mine, a brother of mine, who needed that to get his kind of shake him out of his desperation he was in at the moment. And happy birthday to him right now. You know who he is. Yeah.
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing. It's like Israel, right? They could be atrocious, right, in the eyes of the world, and if you're an ally to them, then it's like you stand with Israel. You know what I mean? And it's like, it just is what it is at that point. Like, even like you just seen what they did with the yacht party, right? So it's like,
oh God, that's funny.
They help. No, let's shout out to my man birthday. Like, I respect it. Like, they help you. Like, respect. I'm happy for you, bro. Whoever you are.
Yeah.
Right.
He moved on too. It was just good he didn't stay with it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Fresh and Fit for helping. I'm not shitting.
Yeah.
But they still guilty of their crimes. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
true.
When you go to court, it ain't about the grandma you helped across the street every weekend. Who you killed last weekend? We not. Like, so, respect for the good deeds they did. Respect the dude. They still getting hung for their crimes, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No doubt. Especially like, and I didn't know you couldn't hear the video I played last broadcast, because I literally played that shit before Abba and Preach. That's what I was playing. I realized on the playback it was low. Those Australian white boys talking about Myron. That's what I was playing.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I heard that. I was talking about the how they tricked their fans with the yacht party.
Oh yeah. Like $4,000 for that. They had the pictures of the food. Oh my God, look like half-eaten sliders from White Castle.
Fire. What's that John Ja Rule did? Fire Fest.
Yeah. That broke-ass festival.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, these dudes is neon type podcast. You feel what I'm saying? These the dudes, so you could get them for a cool couple stacks. They got it. They loyal. Da. So it's like, I don't know, bro.
Myron's a Fed too. That you could throw that in there too.
Throw that in there.
He claimed that he doesn't work for them anymore. He's still friendly with them though. You seen those movies, right? Like where the dude's not in the army, in the military or police department, but he's like, let me call in a favor. Right? And they're like, oh yeah, man, how you been? Come on, man. It's all psyops, dog.
Man.
Yeah, those are the Mudras and Illuminati. Everyone's compromised when you make it to a certain level, for sure. And then the people that aren't compromised, they're useful idiots doing the work for the social engineers, the Masonic sorcerer in this theater we call society, consensus reality. Yeah.
Was that video done, or you got some more?
No, I didn't even get started. Let me see.
Evolution and the topics it encompasses. Online communities, particularly those centered in film's narrative.
Hold on. No, I need to play it. We don't need to lean on the videos. Like some shows. Wait. Oh, here, this is why. Okay, here we go. Your boy Sneeko.
Let's delve deeper into its evolution and the topics it encompasses. Online communities, particularly those centered around politics, self-improvement, and questioning societal norms, began to adopt.
You hear that? Those are the 3 areas. It's very important. Politics,
Okay.
Self-improvement, and questioning societal norms.
Where do
Right?
and see that? So that's
That's
what I'm
all
saying. Where
Matrix
do
shit.
true, right? And it when you look at it on a kind of micro level, it's like where does Umar Johnson and Nick Fuentes fit in seeing through the Matrix, right? So if I'm questioning societal norms, if I'm Umar Johnson, I'm saying kind of the same thing as Nick Fuentes. The government is crazy.
Hmm.
Dating is crazy. And
Yeah.
what was the other one? You need to improve yourself, improve the community. Black man, get on your shit. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what the white boy's talking about.
Well, the same thing.
So,
Health, have kids. It's the same. What I've seen from kind of both sides is they're talking about the same thing. It's just a perspective that they're talking about through.
mhm.
They want the same things. They want to have kids. They want to be on top. They want to have money. They want to have they want to be happy. Yeah. They want their traditional values uh honored and
But see,
stuff.
they're not keeping it real. This is. I hate when people don't acknowledge the big fat factual elephant in the room. This is the society y'all created. Let's not act like somebody, orchestrated. No, no. I got a video I'm gonna drop, bro. I've been working on it, but it
Hmm.
kind of explained a lot of shit to me, and I just kept finding
Yeah.
more and more shit. But no, man, I don't. They. Okay, let's go through it with self improvement, right? How is it? We come up on Disney movies and Wonder Years, like we know what it is for the awkward kid to get the girl at the end of the season. Boy Meets World, Steve Urkel, right? We know what it is to go from geek to chic, like Johnny Bravo. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. I mean, shit. I even named McLovin. Like this is not a foreign thing. So it's like,
It's international too. This is the whole concept of the Bollywood movies. The
mm,
awkward poor dude wanting to come up and become rich and have status
yeah, we shit.
and get the
Aladdin,
girl. Yeah, that
Aladdin.
exactly.
We
Yep.
we. I mean, Doug. Remember Doug from Nickelodeon? Like we
It's
all were
archetypal story.
right. You see him coming from. So it's like, okay, cool. Um, what was the other thing? Was self improvement,
Politics.
politics.
Uh,
That's where it gets murky.
Politics can be we can even go up or down. I don't know what way, but racial relation, not only geopolitical
Mm,
politics, but also race relations would fall into that. I
this is
guess.
where yes, this is where it gets murky. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I get excited about learning shit. So I know I'm taking away from the presentation.
No, this is the best is when you're learning when we're learning stuff, it makes it real and makes it more vibrant and alive and current. This is why I like to talk to Machine Lies too, is because like I was like, I can add some stuff, but he's basically like, he's teaching and shit about
Yeah, I
how
like
the machine
Machine Live.
lies. Yeah, but
Yeah.
here's the thing, bro. Like they made it like this, meaning like this white paradigm. Um, this is the reason why it's like that, and we know that because of the Matrix. We're taking the red pill, right? We see what it's from. But with that said, okay, we know that, but what do we do now, though? That's the thing, and I think from a black perspective, we definitely know that, and a lot of us are focused on that. Um, but the white people, some of the white folks, they may know that, but they're not going to hyper focus on it.
So
So
look, mm, man, you dropping bars tonight. I don't know if you maybe when you look back on this, but
mm,
you teaching tonight. So the black man gave white Neo the red pill for him to
mhm,
only fight the white man. And look what when you pause the video, it was the
mhm,
dude yelling at the transgender kids about probably,
Uh,
men playing women's sports. So it's like even in it, this is fucking my mind up. Even in the
yeah.
movie, you got the red pill from the black man to fight your
Yeah.
own white man.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. There's many dynamics to the being red pill, and I thought it was like I told you. I was searching for hot, like consciousness, attractive shit. Like there's parasites, there's demiurges, there's archons, there's Asian Smiths real out there. Like that's what I was focused on, and that's part of it. That's part of the awakening. But I realized, no, it's also sexual male female sexual dynamics is part of the red pill as well. And not just the red pill, as they say, for women in a relationship. No, but the actual big red pill, meaning being awake or asleep. It's part of it. I think all truthers need to spend some time researching male female dynamics, because think about it, bro. Like that woman that sleeps in our bed right next door to us, she hopefully she's your best ally, your best helper, right? But if she's your enemy, that's literally like that movie Sleeping with the Enemy. That's dangerous, and that's probably why so many of our people, black people, and also white conscious people are in a predicament they are, is because their helpmate, their ally, is fucking their shit up, because they're not looking at their relationship for what it really is. So I think red pill they call it red pill awareness, is very important to have in your love life, in your relationship, just as other aspects too. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, this is personal and deep for me because, like I said, I was a huge Kevin Samuels fan. I watched the entire channel, right? I was like, because I needed it though, right? I didn't have education in the realm of relationships, right? And then for a lot of us street guys, when you get out the street game and you get to settle down, you green as grass. You don't know the dynamics, the nuance, the tricks of the trade, and you might put yourself in a predicament, put yourself in a fucked up situation. You feel what I'm saying? So
right, definitely, man.
Right. So when Kevin Samuels came out, I'm like, nah, I don't want to hear no gump. We call them gumps and
gump. I know Baltimore slang. I'm sure DC's the same. They probably stole it from y'all in DC, right?
They did. Yeah, they stole that.
You gumps. I remember Kennard from The Wire. You gump.
Yeah, that's the old slang for that particular group. So it's like, nah, you know what I mean? So here I am though. The Matrix is my favorite movie. My channel theme is The Matrix. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not hiding that. So it's like, it's personal for me. This whole shit is personal for me.
So that's why it was like, damn, like they desecrated my shit. My theme, man. My theme. Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, it's a shout out to the. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, one last thing, and I want to say, like, that's why I kind of was posted a couple of videos about dating being eugenics, because now with their replacement theory, they segueing into biracial relationships. Shout out, what's the dude that wanted to go to China? I want to say his name, but I want to make sure it's him.
Who, me? No, I was kidding.
Nah,
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
Nah, you know who I'm talking about. What's the white dude that want to race mix with only the Chinese?
Bill Eater? No, I don't think he likes Chinese, bro. He don't even. I think Chinese aren't good enough for him. He wants Japanese.
He should call.
But anyway, Asian. Yeah.
Right. I ain't even gonna say that. I'm glad. I was about to say that. But
shout out to Bill Eater. Let's say that. Yeah.
I ain't even gonna shout his. Hit the link.
That's his philosophy in life, bro. I mean,
man,
that's what he believes, man.
Hit the link.
What are you gonna do?
No, there's nothing I can do. But I still want to learn from him. Maybe I can teach him something.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. I've definitely learned some things from him.
I want to learn something, but I want to teach him some things too.
Yeah. Shout out to who's in the chat. Shadowback. Shout out to the big homies on the panel. What up, man? OC in the house, Orange County. Yes. Shout out to the Silver Tongue Cavalier, aka Neurojack. Red pill, blue pill. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. I listened to you and Hank and Neurojack had a quickie live stream earlier. That was interesting. Let me see.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, bro.
I just want to say, you know, I just want to know where does Neurojack stand on this?
I don't know. Well, you won't give him the link. I don't like reading the chat. I mean, I don't. I'd rather speak.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm learning. I ain't here to argue. I want to learn. I can put my bias aside. I'm trying to learn.
Yo, Neurojack, you left my Discord. What's up, man? You always were welcome, bro. Let me see. Let me just read this quick. DC, what do you say about DC? DC is so different than the West Coast, yes. Comment from Neurojack. People on the East Coast are more aware but stressed. That's true. I think I have to agree with that. They kind of get things. They see the core of things. However, motherfuckers are, I don't know if it's the weather shit or what. You guys seem like you are like a gloomy cloud compared to the West Coast.
It's like New York. Like everywhere is like just that kind of, I think Scarlett said it best. Like she said, fuck I look like. She's like, this is New York. Fuck I look like telling somebody good morning.
Yeah.
Like,
doesn't mean that she won't be cool to you. It's just like good morning is hella corny.
It's tough over here, man. You gotta be tough. You gotta be tough.
Look at the name though. Let's go etymology. You're an etymology dude. Good morning. Good on your day of death. Morning. Good morning, bro. Hello. See you. Hello. Neurojack has a question. I mean, you had a question for him. What did you think about it? You're more than welcome to come up, bro. Let me see. So, what do you think about race mixing? Is it bad? I don't think it's bad. I mean, it is what it is. This is the thing. If your top priority is to have as much of a quote unquote pure race, even though that's not possible anymore, really, as possible, I guess it's bad for sure. However, I understand why people want to do that. They want to their whole nation uplift their racial nation or genetic nation for sure. But I ain't about that shit, bro. But I can understand people who are though.
What I would say is, under the circumstances, right? Under normal circumstances, then I agree with normal outcomes. If I meet a smoking hot fucking Colombian chick, I don't give a fuck she's Colombian. You know what I mean? If she treat me, I don't like.
And she treats you good, that's important too. More important.
Right. I'm in America, Holmes. It's a lot going on, right? Under these circumstances, when you fighting a war or you under attack or you being neutralized, sterilized, like when you under certain circumstances, we can fuck, but I ain't trying to. My contribution to humanity, I would prefer to duplicate myself. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Produce a car. So I'm not, that's just me. I'm not.
No, that makes sense because you're more of a quote unquote pure African, Native American, whatever you want to, how you refer yourself. Than me. For me, it's kind of hard to duplicate myself. I would have to find, you know what I mean? Because I'm so mixed with everything. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to go triple down and get the last thing that was missing from the fucking genetics, the Asian.
But see, this.
But I wasn't even looking for that though. Bro.
Right,
it just happened. But
this the difference. I'm not trying to oppress. I'm not trying to block. I don't give a. If you not heterosexual, I'm not gonna go get no bullhorn and yell outside to do what you do. I'm not trying to attack. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have your preference. I respect it. I have mine. Don't disrespect it. Do that make
Yeah,
sense?
I feel you, right?
I'm
I
not.
understand that. Yeah,
Yeah, do your
that's why I said
thing.
I can understand both ways, either way to look at it. I'd be more than happy to have, in another life to have. I've had, bro. All I used to date was with quote unquote date with black women, and it's not like I have no Asian fetish or whatever. It just happened to be she was a beautiful woman that inside and outside and everything. You know, the stars aligned, everything worked out. So
But
you know what
I'm
I'm
gonna tell
saying?
you. But see, I keep it real with my community. I don't be on that super black supremacy shit. My
Hmm.
thing is the females in my community, our house not in order. So I can't
Right,
even,
right,
you
right.
feel what I'm saying? So it's like when you ask how I feel about interracial, I have my preferences, but under these circumstances, I probably would uh, you know, step outside the race under because I mean,
Hmm. Yeah,
I
if
don't want
someone's
to.
more of a help, you need a good helpmate. Like I said about what do you want, an enemy in your bed or you want an ally? And to be honest, in general, not that you can't find a rose in the concrete, right? In America, there's a lot of enemies out there that look like us
But
that are
that's what I
you know what I
say.
mean? Yeah.
How could I lay up with a white girl and start a family and like I look like a raccoon, you feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Under the circumstances, it's 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 nuances and consequences and repercussions and outcomes for diff. So it's weird. Like I could
Yeah.
almost do any race but yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see where you say that, but for me, bro, I'm the more I dive into this research, the more this is what I think. If you want to talk about origins and stuff, if anything, they're the children of the black melanated people. So it's like I'm not tripped. That's me personally, you know. And as it is, I don't even need to dwell in these thought experiments because I already have a wife. But I see all the women, all the women on Earth as that
But see,
could
let me
be
make it make sense. Like,
helpmates.
but see, it would hit different if like one of these alt-right Christian dudes is like, well, my birth rate is declining and I'm just trying to keep the Caucasoid alive, so I need a black chick. That kind of make you not want to procreate. What's your reason for this interracial relationship? You see where I'm coming from? Let's take it there. Is it love? Is it love is blind? Is it, you feel what I'm saying?
It's either love or
Or
lust or a genetic thing. Either way, I'm more into the product. That's the most, not the why so much. I think why is a luxury question nowadays because we have so much on our plate.
I
Just
say, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I said,
I'm just saying, my thing is, the reverence I hold for, what you produce, like your offspring and stuff. Like I never,
mhm.
you feel what I'm saying? I speak glowingly. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah,
here to. I appreciate the difference in perspectives, and I appreciate that diversity in life. I'm not here to.
hmm,
You feel what I'm saying? But I am against those that are.
okay,
You
fair
feel I'm
enough.
coming
Yeah,
from? So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
yeah,
that's why I'm
yeah.
that's why I'm passionate about this particular topic. If
You should hate the
you
Chinese in Africa. That's all they do it.
Yeah, fuck them. You don't get me
Yeah,
started. So you
yeah.
know
I'm sorry,
me.
I've cut you off, bro. Go ahead. I respect what
I'm
you have to say, what you're saying too, because it does make sense. It's rational. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool, but it's like once you like then I'm like, come on man, now that life is taking you off the planet and you wanna come interracial. You had laws on the books that you was hanging folks for interracial.
Yeah.
Literally. Now that your birth rate ain't happening, you want to mix. Nah, stay in that. Like, who gonna go
Well,
and get down with you?
I feel you, but my thing is like a lot of these people like let's take Neurojack, bro. He he wasn't one of those people that made the Matrix the system the way it is now. Yeah, maybe he benefited in different ways or whatever. This is this is Blaxican NPC the Games editorial right now. So my thing is like they're in their own way. They're in the same. They're in a similar struggle, and like at this point, bro, the powers that be are trying out to fuck everyone almost. And then sometimes I've had to make an alliance here and there with people I normally wouldn't. I do if you're gonna do that, do a smart one. Yeah. So that's my thing because I think a lot of them they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, yeah.
Or if they do, they're desperate. Yeah. So I don't blame them in a way for wanting to do those strategies, mating strategies, because this is what the red pill is. We'll get into that. It's like it's a big component is male female mating strategies.
Now
right?
Mix that in with your birth rate is declining. This is going to get real weird. It's going to get real weird.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? If you already, the core of this thing was trying to better ourselves in our marriage and
mm-hmm.
maybe find a girl to marry. Like it was pure, it was wholesome, right? All of us had a little bit of that in us. You know what I mean? At some point. So mix that in with the clock is ticking.
Mm-hmm.
You shooting blanks. Man, that's what you need to be talking about. You on here calling Hank monkeys and all that.
Yeah.
Can you reproduce yourself?
Well, those people who are doing that are they're just focused on the political part of the remember we said the 3 sections, politics, self-improvement, and questioning societal norms. Like they're just fucking stuck on the political one, aka the race one, and maybe a little bit into the questioning societal norms. But those motherfuckers that are on this line 24/7 on the panels, they ain't care about self-improvement because they're in front of a computer. So those people, they don't surprise me. You know, they do not surprise me like that. And then those are the people that would be fucking making fun of Hank or whatever, even though he tries to help them in his own way. So Neurojack said, what do you think of me and Hank? I thought it was, right when you guys started cooking, you left. You left the broadcast, but because you were saying that something that he said, and I wish I could remember it right now because I'm in the middle of our broadcast right here. It was actually interesting, something that I was like, okay, that kind of interesting. And I can see why that kind of changed your line of thinking, how you should deal in these spaces, Neurojack. So hopefully you can expand on that. Because what did you say right now? You said your kid's playing the drums right now and your head's pounding. Okay. I get it. Yeah, have family stuff. We always have family stuff. For sure. For sure. But thanks for being here. Okay, so yeah, so want to finish this this video?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Hank and Neurojack were off in the deep end for sure. Make sure you bring your floaties if you need them.
Adopt the term red pill as a metaphor for awakening to uncomfortable truths and rejecting mainstream narratives. The red pill
Ooh, okay.
For awakening to uncomfortable truths and rejecting mainstream narratives.
The race subject is a very uncomfortable truth, right? Like you said about the birth rate. So yeah.
The red pill emerged as a symbol for those seeking alternative perspectives on a wide range of topics. While it is important to note
that's a very red pill movie, Fight Club.
I love that interpretations may vary.
It's great.
Let's explore some key areas associated.
We can do the Edward Norton we should do an Edward Norton series. We can talk about Fight Club, American History X. Yeah.
With the red pill ideology. First we have gender dynamics and the men's rights movement.
So this is where it started, bro. Right here. Gender dynamics, meaning like kind of like dating and mating, right? And the men's right movement.
Within the red pill ideology,
Jordan Peterson.
Individuals explore and discuss issues related to
this podcast is whatever podcast is like. Someone said, what's the difference between fresh and fit? I get them confused and whatever. I said, basically, fresh and fit's for the brothers and the whatever podcast is for the bros.
gender roles, societal exceptions, and men's
There's the Godfather right there.
experience in relationships and society. It critiques aspects such as divorce. First, we have gender dynamics and the men's rights movement. Within the Red Pill ideology, individuals explore and discuss issues related to gender roles, societal exceptions, and men's experience in relationships and society. It critiques aspects such as divorce, custody rights, male suicide rates, and challenges traditional gender norms. Number 2. Conspiracy theories and alternative worldviews. The Red Pill has become associated with questioning official narratives, expressing skepticism towards mainstream media, and aspects such as divorce. Individuals explore and discuss issues related to gender roles, societal exceptions, and men's experience in relationships and society.
That's what got me there. That's what I got into the Red Pill on Code. The male-female roles in relationships and their place in society, men and women's place in society.
It critiques aspects.
Because you're right. Like if you're a dude in the hood that's on the block like an anchor, and then you get either you do that for years and then you finally settle down, or you go to prison and you come out. You don't know about male female dynamics. You're basically like a kid, right? Right. And the same thing if you're a fucking dude on your computer nowadays that never goes outside, and then you finally go to college and you see a woman, and just because she's nice to you, you end up simping for her and ruining your life because you don't know about this dynamics, right?
Right,
you see the book, the cooking right now. While we're cooking, you see the book behind this man right here. It says Evolutionary Psychology, which is a very fundamental book curriculum in the sidebar. It's by David Bussey, Dr. David Bussey, and it talks about like how these traits that humans have evolved over the years, and you can still, because of evolutionary circumstances, this is why women act the way they do and why men act the way they do. And if you study these characteristics, you can kind of like understand the opposite sex better. So this is what that theory is: evolution in psychology. Yeah. But then again, bro, it's funny because I read this book in my Native American Studies class in college, and it was called The Sexual Contract. And it talked about how basically the cavemen went about like sex, like handling sexual dynamics up until now. And I read another book called The Naked Ape, which talks about how early humanoids, the reason they do what they do, you know, like how the reason why women wear high heels is because, for example, is because they want to push their ass up. And back in the day, according to this doctor, Desmond Morris, who wrote The Naked Ape, he said the more attractive females were the ones with the big buttocks that the early naked ape would mount. So the evolutionary psychology comes into play is like, okay, we don't walk around, we don't bend over, women don't bend over, but how do we accentuate the ass, right? When they walk around, and then somebody invented high heels. So that's kind of like evolutionary psychology. But here's the thing. What if not everyone evolved the same way, right?
Well, just one thing I want to say is, you know, the ape, right? Monkeys are monkeys and apes are apes. It ain't but like 5 or 6 apes. Which apes got don'ts? Like which apes is like
the correct term nowadays with the brain rot, it's called got. That's what they call a nice ass, fat ass. The gat.
Which ape? I mean, you want to throw the gorilla out there? It's like okay,
the bamboo's nasty ass. It wears his vulva. It's when it's ovulating, its ass gets bright red and nasty looking.
Well, there we go. But is that an ape? Is the baboon?
No, it's not. Humans have women ovulate inside. That's the only way you can't tell from outwardly when they're ovulating.
Another thing I want to say, we know who the hairy man is. We know who the ape man is. We know, right?
Mm.
Now, none of they women got asses. They don't. I mean, not until kind
Now
of
they do.
traditionally. Let me phrase it correctly. Traditionally, so definitely back in the humanoid, they
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. That's an African trait, and we know we wasn't the ape. We know we wasn't. We ain't come from apes. We don't subscribe to that. Well, that's like
Well,
we
because
got
Darwin, if you
Dogons or
follow the Darwin's theory, you basically saying you come from apes, huh?
well, yeah, that's what I keep throwing in
Yeah,
their
yeah,
face.
yeah.
And this this particular YouTuber did a video on eugenics. Um, he presented another Instagram kid's work, but it was crazy. He talked
Shout out
about
to Look
how
Within.
shout out. He was talking about how Darwin's grandfather and the lineage went down to this dude named Galt, and how the whole race and this, because I think the overall thing was they were zoologists, and they associated the primitive man,
Uh-huh.
the quote unquote African jungle man, from a zoologist perspective, and
This That's
hmm,
the book that I just told you about, The Naked Ape by Desmond Morris. He's a
hmm,
zoologist. He
how
was a
did that?
zoologist. Yeah.
I gotta. I'm gonna do a video because that, I'm gonna chop it up and put some extra shit on it. But
Yeah.
yeah, these the same. This is the same lineage that came up with the color terms associated with
The racist.
nationality. Yes, this is the same
Yeah.
group of people. These are the same people that started the eugenics idea. This
Right.
is where eugenics come from, right? So this is the irony in the troglodyte rhetoric. Darwin said you evolved from apes. You agree, but
Mm-hmm.
then you say the other race is the ape, and you're the superior race.
Mm-hmm.
But you the one this is ass backwards. Am I the only one paying attention?
Yeah, it's a lot of hypocritical mushing around type of stuff going on.
If you
Yeah.
didn't come from the ape, then you are the Neanderthal. You are. I mean, just by your argument, if I'm the ape, I'm a black guy. I'm the ape. Put the Hank picture up. I'm the ape, right?
That was fucked up. They
So,
did that.
right. So
We're
you,
the only ones that spoke up about it.
right. Darwin said the ape, the Hank picture turned into Hank. Hank is a human being today.
Mm-hmm.
Darwin said the ape went from a ape to a human being. So what are you if I'm the ape? Are you the Neanderthal? What are
The
you? What
missing
are you?
link.
Are you the missing link? What the fuck are we talking about now? So
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of questions, bro. That's why I said what they say about the red pill, the uncomfortable truth. That's an uncomfortable truth, but people don't want to talk about it because they'll call you a racist. They'll call you crazy because you don't believe in the Darwin theory. Well, give us another alternative. Let's talk about it, right? But here's the thing. With all that said, if we're bringing it back to the red pill and evolutionary psychology, which is based on, which the red pill is based on, big time foundation. Even if the quote unquote black woman is not, it didn't evolve that way from apes, right, or Neanderthal, because we're using that science, which is basically talking about the evolution of the Neanderthal or the ape, right, to talk about all women nowadays, even though she genetically is not part of that lineage, she most definitely has that mind, right?
well, and see this.
So
Yes, I agree. I agree.
yes, so with that said, this is probably why a lot of these red pill tropes work on a variety of people throughout the world, regardless of their ethnicity or genetics, because the Western mind is the program that's used for most people in the world nowadays, good or
Mm-hmm.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's exactly
science is
what it is.
you said. What did this say? Neurojack said, I think Whitey are cavemen. Yeah. It's basically what you were saying, right? We didn't say Whitey, but
I mean, England was painting pictures of the wild man with a non-melanated face. This is not my insult, right? This is the troglodyte. If you just type, I've done this numerous videos, just type troglodyte and Google it. It's Anglo-Saxon European depicting the flesh-eating ape. I'm the racist though. This is your shit. This is people producing these. Get the fuck. I don't know. Fuck it. What can you do?
yeah. Bro, all we do is talk about it. Let me see. What he said? Oh, he said science is a trap. It could, yeah, definitely. Especially when it's short-sighted, huh? Science is a trap. Comment from Neurojack. Have you guys looked into the British Israelism? No. What is that? Have you heard that?
I mean, it sounds from the. I'm not educated on the topic, but from the sounds of it, Britain wrote that Balfour Declaration for the motherfucker. So I'm pretty sure there is a British Israelism. Sound real close to alienism. What was that? Alienism?
Yeah, you can read about that to me. Alienism, the whole Billy Carson, Terrence Howard, alien shit. Anunnaki, Zachariah Sitchin. Silverton Cavalier says, the white elites are the most racist against non-whites, in my opinion. The white elites are the most racist against non-whites, in my opinion. You agree with that?
I mean, I wouldn't want to get caught on foot in a racist poor white town.
Yeah, what they call it after 6. There's a name for that, right? You don't want to be a sundown town, yeah. So, Neurojack's from the fucking sorry my language. Neurojack is from the South. And I think he spent a lot of time in the California though, so he knows.
Fuck yeah. I would not. I'd rather get caught in California than Alabama.
Yeah.
On foot.
Right.
Looking for directions.
Right. Actually, now I remember one of the things that caught my eye from your broadcast, Neurojack. You were saying that like how you you live in a town that's mostly they don't speak English, but I think it was Spanish. You had said before, a lot of people speak Spanish there and stuff. And you were saying in order to know a person, especially if you go overseas, to really know, you need to know the language, but you also need to know what the desires are as a people, which is true. Now I remember what you were talking about. That was interesting. Let's see if I can relate this to what we're talking about. You said the South is better for blacks, in my opinion. Yeah, I've heard that before from Black Americans. But yes and no, because they still have those towns there. You know.
I ain't fucking around.
I think Neurojack's the only one that lived in those places. Have you lived in those places before? I've only visited.
I mean, but I'm just saying, like,
you're not trying to find out, right?
I mean, see, this is the thing about the political side of the red pill. There are racists that support Trump. So when you see Trump banners in motherfuckers' yard, I don't know if you're a racist or not. I don't know if you Proud Boy or Oath Keeper. You feel I'm coming from? So it's.
But even if you are those things, like the Proud Boys, they have black people. The leader was a Puerto Rican, right? Before he went to jail. But you're saying that they still may have the program of a racist mindset.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Spanish people can go to court and say they white. They are on the census.
I don't like that word unless you're Spanish. Like literally from Spain. You mean Latin people, right?
I mean,
Because Spanish means literally means just to be right and exact. That means a person from Spain. That's European.
and that's you know when they
The
say
Puerto Ricans are from Puerto Rico.
when they say, do you speak Latin or do you speak Espanol? They asking, do you speak Spanish? You feel them coming from? They ain't
Yeah,
asking, do
but the
you
way
speak?
you were saying it, like you said, a Spanish person. Like when I say you say a person, you usually are talking about the ethnicity or the nationality. But a person from Puerto Rico is not Spanish. They speak Spanish, but oh wait, okay. Now it goes back to what you were saying last time about like you are the language you speak, even if it was from a colonized country, a country that colonized your country. You're saying
Yeah, I was just saying you speak Latin, but okay,
okay?
let's go with the Latin person,
Because
right?
I'm part Spanish. That's why literally from family from Spain. That's why I say that. I think.
This is how
Yeah.
you know. I'm gonna give you one clear example of what type time for real, the Puerto Ricans is on. They on DR time. The island of Espanol. You got Haiti. This is the most idiotic concept I can never wrap my mind around. You got Haiti on one side of the island. You got
Hmm.
DR on the other side. What's the fucking difference? Are both people Spanish? Or let me say it clearly. Are both people Latino or are both people Haitian? It's no way that's two different ethnicities on that island. Or even like let's
Well,
be
yeah, rationally, but we're not living in a rational world. But we are still living in that world, so it has to be acknowledged that yeah, you know you have the real red pill, so you realize it's stupid. It's just basically the people who hate that don't like melanated people went to the Dominican side, and the people that were melanated went to the Haitian side a long time ago. And there's a line now, even though they're probably mixed. But even with that said, though, it's like to those people, even though it's not rational to us, that's their matrix, that's their worldview.
you know
So
when I learned what time they was on, when I uh realized that the Mexican mafia and the Aryan Brotherhood was in cahoots.
yeah,
I
for
didn't
sure.
I so I'm like, well,
Yeah,
how is the racist Aryan Brotherhood that they
that's
on you feel me coming from? How are
this
they
is why the
down with
norteños. This is why norteños. Where I'm from, the northerner Mexican gang. That's why they linked up. That's why they're cool with blacks, and sometimes they have blacks in their gang still. Don't get me wrong. There's some that are racist, but because the Southern whites, the Mexican mafia, are on that stupid shit. That's why they hang up. They hooked up with the Woods and the Aryans.
so Nick
Yeah,
Fuentes don't surprise me, right? Nick Fuentes does
yeah,
not surprise me. Tommy
yeah.
Sotomayor is almost a Spanish name for real, or a Latin name.
It sounds like Filipino actually, or
You
Spanish. Yeah,
see,
you're right.
you
Like,
see what I'm saying?
yeah, my thing. Everybody's dude. There's racists in all shades and color, right? If you want to
You
use
ain't
the
gotta
Elijah,
tell me.
there's what they call it, the terminology, the devil. There's black devils, white devils. It's all kinds of people, bro.
But see, this is
Yeah.
what fucks me up though. Then why don't people hate white people? You can hate me. You can hate
Hmm.
me. Everybody across the globe can hate the inner city black, the nigga. Let's
Yeah.
be clear. I'm gonna reduce it down. But why we don't hate the cracker? Why we like just
We white purple. Yeah.
I don't
Why?
understand.
But there is people that hate white people though. That's in their own country now. Here's the ironic thing: it is becoming because it's probably because the quote unquote in general white man had his foot on his neck of non-white people around the world for so long that the karma is here, the backlash is here, so much so that one of the most unpopular things to be now, especially to the quote unquote woke people, is a white man in America. They're literally a lot of them are hated on big time.
I mean, what?
A lot of people
Yeah,
hate them nowadays. It's true. This is why they go in their. This is why they have their the alt right discords and meetups and stuff and are
I
talking about
mean,
these things because they're trying to figure out a solution to maybe not be hated or just I don't know.
I was about to say, what reaction would you expect from storming the Capitol? Like what? Like you out there with the AR-15 across your chest? Like you see? Like you think? I mean,
That's a psyop, bro. But yeah, there were
man,
people out there. There was some weird shit over there, bro.
you see what
Just
I'm
like
saying, though?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm saying I'm looking at people's it's not for me. It's not like I'm not saying for you it is either, but for me it's not like who suffered the most or who's like my thing is like a lot of people are fucking clueless and stupidity. That's who I'm against. Stupidity and poverty. Maybe there's one other thing, but I'll disclose that on another broadcast. But
Okay,
yeah, because there are allies to be made in this, like you said, like a war that's going on. This silent war. I'll just say war of good and evil. And sometimes weird alliances have to be made, and other alliances need to be cut off. But
I agree. Yeah. I'm here for that.
I know you're the man. Trump is a trap for everyone. It's true. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Look within. In the mainstream media, it seems pretty chill in the rural areas. Yeah, it does. I've seen some cool videos where like the small little towns in the South where actually the mayor was black in like Kentucky, this small town. But the thing is, some of these small towns, there's nothing there unless you got like a powerful ass internet connection and have a business that you can run remotely. Good luck trying to live there. Yeah.
Man, what did Jason Aldean say? I know I'm not. What did Jason Aldean say? Try that in
I don't even know who that
town.
is.
That's a country singer that had a song called Try That in a Small Town. I bet you don't make it far.
Oh, is that the redhead dude?
I'm not sure. He wear a cowboy hat. I'm not sure the color of his head, but I know he shot the video. He shot the video on the steps of a famous lynching of it's a court building. It's a court building. But it's famous for a lynching they hung out front. So it's like, so when he say try that in a small town and you shoot the video at a famous lynching site, it's like, I don't want to be in your small town, sundown town, unless I got the AR across my chest. Then I might ask for directors. But no,
I got a weird feel. No, I see what you're saying because I definitely would. That's a thought in my mind too. But I gotta think that there's some of these towns are cool though. These smaller ones where people actually get along, you know. Yeah, and the only way to find out is to actually go down there. But there are. But who's gonna go down there? Yeah, maybe it gets bad enough. I will go down there. Who knows, man? I'm definitely not going back to Cali. Like Neurojack was saying, like Cali's for criminals, which is a shame because it's a beautiful place.
Now you seen what Oakland turned into?
Why you think I moved to Taiwan? I lived on 79th Avenue, in deep East Oakland, bro.
I saw a video actually today where it said Oakland where crime is legal.
Yeah, oh, man, I didn't even see the cops do anything in there. I don't see them doing nothing, man. I was just trying to not get shot. This one man, he just got fucking brain damaged and paralyzed in his house taking a nap. This Asian Chinese dude with a family, he got shot in the head. The bullet went through the fucking wall and hit him in the head 2 days ago. Oh, yeah, Vegas. I was thinking about the NFL when he's propaganda. It was talking about the NFL, but he's propagandist. Look at the Vegas event. That was some shady shit too. Yo, Oakland is horrible, but in the flatlands, but the hills are beautiful. A lot of money there. L.A. is worse. Yeah, that's a straight shitville on the street like San Francisco. The police are not allowed. Yeah. To do their job there, because of the course. It's almost like RoboCop, real life, right? Old Detroit. The developers, they wanted to flip the property, right? But first, you gotta take out all the locals, right? I heard Pill Eater yesterday. He was talking about on Machine Lines. He was talking about gentrification. He was trying to do a spin on it. Like it's good for white people who want to find culture or whatever. I'm paraphrasing, but it's not good for some of the people that have been there for years, though. You know,
Well, that's like
so
saying it's good stabbing people. Of course, it's good if you're not the one getting gentrified.
right.
You can't use that.
But you don't care
guy.
because he's a white nationalist. So you know what I mean? That's all about. And on the other side, I've seen the black nationalists. They don't care too about a lot of them about white people. They're like whatever. Their breath smells like sour milk or something stupid like that. I've heard those things too. It's like I don't give a fuck. So both sides are in their own echo chamber or cave or whatever. But I don't want to get you started, bro.
Don't get me started. Let the video play, right?
Is it one more comment from Silver Tongue Calvier? I live in LA, but I would never try to live in SoCal. It's insane. Oh, LA weather. Yeah, it never rains in Southern California. Yep. I used to go to school down there. It's wild. Okay, let's start this. It never rains.
Such as divorce, custody rights, male suicide rates, and challenges traditional gender norms. Number 2. Conspiracy theories and alternative worldviews. The red pill has become associated with questioning official narratives, expressing skepticism.
Speaking of The View, just in, supposedly Candace Owens just got offered $25 million to do a show on Good Morning America, ABC News, to replace The View. That's a big paradigm shift, right? It seems like it.
I mean, she's
they're both a conservative.
She working with the good old boys.
Right. This liberal shit right here, this woke, is not what's in style now. What's trending now is the conservative tradcon stuff that she's a part of. It's like, and what better person to do it is like a black woman who's probably a fantasy to a lot of those tradcons, huh? On the down low. They're like, oh, she's talking our language. And look at how she looks. She's so exotic. Yet she understands us.
Listen, she's also a divester, right? And we know what divestors think. We know what the Cynthia G's and the Paris Milans think. So,
what does that mean?
That means that divester means when you divest from the black community.
Oh, okay.
You only date white men.
Yeah.
They believe in They believe in terminate pregnancies of male chromosomes. They kind of disown their own family. I don't want to say kind of. They disown their own family. They disown their own blackness. So they don't. They just It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen, bro.
Well, I would say, yeah, they don't disown it completely, their blackness. They use it when it's beneficial to them. Just like in this article I was going to read about Fresh and Fit. Why are black men flocking to the manosphere, and especially Fresh and Fit? And one of the things is they're talking about a Fresh and Fit tactic is they're talking conservative points, right? However, they do it with the black vernacular. You know, and they try to make you feel like, oh, they get what I'm saying. You know, I mean, they sound like me. So even though they're saying stuff you normally don't hear people who look like me talk, like they're using slang and you know what I mean, the way they look. So probably similar, even though Candace Owens doesn't use slang. I don't know, man. I'll just say what Neurojack said right here. Candace is hot, but she doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, she's not a bad looking woman.
Yeah, I mean, raccoon, man.
What does that mean, raccoon? I always thought that was like an Indian thing. What does that mean, raccoon? Like the coon part?
Yes, I wasn't trying. I mean, I
okay.
wasn't trying to say nothing on you.
That's the month in which she looked.
No, she look. Yeah, I mean, it's a good bed wench.
No. When you said raccoon, I thought you meant literally they had this dark circle under the eyes like a raccoon, because we know somebody that we refer to them as me and Kings, we refer to them as a raccoon because they look like literally a raccoon. Yeah, they're not black or white. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, but you're saying a coon? She's a coon, huh?
Towards mainstream media, and delving into various conspiracy theories and alternative sexism towards mainstream media.
So this would be Tommy Illuminati, even Machine Lies, and this whole sector right here, Tollable Earth, this conspiracy sector of the Red Pill, right?
Conspiracy theories and alternative worldviews. The Red Pill has become associated with questioning official narratives, expressing skepticism towards mainstream media, and delving into various conspiracy theories and alternative explanations for historical events. It encourages critical thinking and examining hidden agendas or power structures. Number 3.
That's kind of like what we do, right? We're surfing the apocalypse.
Well,
the hidden traps and stuff.
But see, I spoke on this. This is why I don't believe the movement is real. Because QAnon. And I'm like, now all of a sudden you turn woke. Woke was a conspiracy theorist term. We were calling people sheeple. We were calling people sleep.
They flipped it.
Right? So you already played with woke. Right? And now you want to come into the conspiracy theory sector altogether and then take an homage to Anonymous. You're going too far.
With QAnon, yeah, because think about it from if you're a social engineer, Masonic sorcerer, theater, practitioner, QAnon's perfect because it's taking real conspiracies that have been out there for years and making new ones. But here's the kicker. Their mantra was always, don't worry, even though these horrible things are happening, trust the process. Trust the process, meaning Trump's going to be president and it's going to make everything good, right? So if your enemy would want you to trust the process, which means do nothing, wait, while we further entrap you and subjugate you and kill you sometimes, right? So this is why the QAnon's so dangerous, is because of that. They co-opted a lot of the conspiracies, right? But then they added their trust the process. Do nothing. Yeah.
Political ideologies in opposition to mainstream politics. The Red Pill ideology has attracted those who reject traditional political systems. It encompasses ideologies like libertarianism.
See who they showed? Thomas Sowell.
Political systems. It encompasses ideologies.
Yeah. Who had a lot of good truths, but what's his motivation? Now I'll ask the question with why with him. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Man, the spook that sat by the door, the Messiah and the Judas, like COINTELPRO, Candace Owens. These are all synonymous, interchangeable words. When you a shill, shout out to Steve Coakley. When you working for them, when you working for them peoples in this fashion, you compromise. It's you Jesse Lee Peterson. You Jesse Lee.
Did you hear what this is what Neurojack says? I like Jesse Lee Peterson, but he's also not independent.
Bruh, Jesse Lee, these are all
he's a master troll.
Bruh, these are interchangeable.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you. You okay, let me put it to you like this. On my side of the line, I don't want to say nothing crazy, but we would Malcolm X, Jesse Lee Peterson, Candace Owens, you name them. I'm trying to tell you.
I'd be the only one to be like, nah, I see what you're coming from, but come on, let's get some use out of them. They're very entertaining. We need court gestures.
No. This is it's kind of like how the
I'm a Sigma. I'm not even an Alpha. I'm all by myself. I agree with the group when I need it to be, and then I separate when I feel like I need to. Don't do nothing to my Jesse Lee Peterson, man.
No, we. It's okay. Let me put it. See, people, I be having to simplify shit for people to get it.
I get it.
Always, you can't come home, man. I'm just saying, like, if you, I think I heard a penitentiary dude say it best. Like, if you don't go with the herd and they leave you out there, and then you can't go with them. Like then what? Like if we don't fuck with Jesse Peterson, and let's say the white boys be like, "I'm done with you. You still a Negro like the rest of them." Now you just vulnerable and nothing. You Tommy Sotomayor.
Yeah. Well, all these people you mentioned though, like Tommy, Jesse, Candace, they're like, I mean, it's funny that the word coon, I've heard it more than I've in the last couple of years than probably any white person has said it back in the day, because now black people calling out people every day as coons and stuff. But like all those people you mentioned, I can understand why people hate them, right? That are black centric, you can say. But just like with all these people, I feel like I can learn from all of them, right? Because I see through their bullshit off the bat.
Oh yeah,
they don't fuck with me, bro. Because some of the stuff, because Jesse Lee Peterson, the reason why he's able to go so far and such a big following is because he's a coon, he's a clown. However, he sprinkles a lot of good takes on like traditional values sometimes.
But
right?
this next video I'm about to drop. It's I haven't worked on a video this long in a while. Like this is one of them ones.
You need to drop it, bro. Because don't be that guy that says, "Oh, it's just coming out. Just make the trailer," and then none come out until 2027.
You know what's crazy? I was just about to upload it before you called. I was literally in the YouTube studio.
Oh man, yeah. So damn.
No, I'm not. Hey, no. Let me say it clearly. I uploaded it twice and they took it down. That's how they didn't give me a copy strike for either one. But this video is no longer available. So I'm like, what the fuck did I say? Or what is? I'm like, it ain't really.
Oh no. What was the crux of it? What was the core?
The Black Revolution is a psyop.
Oh, for sure.
And just kind of, I started with the Kamala Harris, and I just I didn't break it down, but as this guy was breaking it down, I was kind of adding to his breakdown, and I could
be a banger, huh? Yeah, I mean, Supreme would say the same thing. He used to teach on it's not about revolution, it's about evolution. Not that Darwin evolution, but evolution of the mind and seeing things for what they really are. Because revolution, all that's going to happen is you take out, if it's successful, it takes out the current elites just to replace them for some people who already have basically the same type of thinking in them, and it's going to repeat itself over again. So I'm curious to see your video. It should be a good one. Oh, he said, Jesse Lee. I don't know who this guy is. Trotsky? You mean the Russian Arthur? Or Trotsky? Do you know who that is? Trotsky? I never heard of him. Enlighten us in the comments. There he is. That's what it's about. That's why nothing makes sense unless you look what Trotsky did. What's the crux of it, Nurjak? The main point of it? Well, as we get back to the video.
Ideologies like libertarianism, anarchism, anti-globalism, and opposition to political correctness.
Yeah, man. Those are all the groups that are in this sector of YouTube.
Adherents often voice concerns about the concentration of power, state...
But then they like the Austrian painter, though.
About the concentration of power, state
Yeah, you see that?
Take control and advocate for individual
Look at all these bastards on this World Economic Forum. These are the people, these are the enemies, the managers. These are the engineers, social engineers that work for whoever's trying to control this shit.
Bruh,
You got
this is
Pharrell, Putin, Biden, Greta, what's her name? Ivanka, Bush, this dyke broad in the beginning, the fucking the Hindu president. You got Gore, who's claiming he invented the internet. You got this bird face lady. I don't know who she is, but and then you got Klaus Schwab. Yeah.
They need Ben Yahoo up there.
Oh, yes, BB? Is it BB?
I don't know that they need him.
He should be.
Hey,
Oh, he's hiding out. He's Jewing out in the back.
This is
He's
part
behind
two.
the plant back there.
I'm telling you, bro.
Is that Bono too? Oh,
Yeah, Bono with the shits. Bono with the shits.
Oh shit! Damn, this is part two, huh? How dare you, Greta? Look up his family. Who, Bono? Yeah. Gore was set up by the Arm and Hammer oligarchy, Russian Jew. Damn.
Bro, I got a whole
Look at Neurojack, bro. Silver tongue. He knows his business, bro.
Listen, Silver Tongue, go check out my series Arm and Hammer Propaganda. Communism. It's a lot, bro. I don't even. It's a lot.
We'll put it in the Discord. He's in our Discord.
I'm gonna put it, bro. It's a hell of a series.
It's a good one. Yeah. Look up his family. Check that out, and we'll look out for the big the Black Revolutions of Psyop video by Uncle 24/7 about to drop.
freedom and personal responsibility. Number 4, self-improvement and personal development.
Right.
Individual freedom and personal responsibility.
Personal individual freedom and personal responsibility. Yeah, because with all this bullshit going on and shenanigans, if you have take responsibility for what you can change and stuff, you could probably go a lot farther than if you weren't doing those things. I think that's important. And this is when it segues into the next one is where I Shadowback joined the manosphere. You could say it's this part.
Number 4,
right here.
Self-improvement and personal development. Within the Red Pill community, there is an emphasis on personal growth, self-improvement, and empowerment. It explores confidence building, social skills, dating strategies, fitness, entrepreneurship, and cultivating a mindset that prioritizes personal goals and fulfillment.
That's what Tate is trying to segue in. He's not so much banging on the woman so much now like he was. Now it's for his university, Hustler. I don't think they call it Hustler University anymore. That's pretty tacky. But he has this thing, $50 a month, and you learn all those things. Entrepreneurship, Bitcoin, like a marketing AI, using AI for your business and all this shit. Yeah.
Number 5, critiques of societal norms and cultural issues.
Okay, this is what a lot. Days of Noah, Machine Lies. I don't think Machine Lies likes Days of Noah that much. I didn't know that, and I brought that up.
Days of Noah is. Hey, I'm sorry. I respect Machine, but Days of Noah is.
That's the homie. Machine Lies is the homie. But I told him, yeah, you're right. I told him, I'm like, yeah, Days of Noah. That's why I use that term, social engineers. Got that shit from him.
Epic. Some of his old shit, like this dude been epic.
Yeah, he's epic. But Machine Lies did bring up a good point on that video. I made that video with him talking where he said that Days of Noah does do societal and cultural critiques. That's his thing. But he used to go into the what's the word? Architectural critique of the systems of the system, meaning like the core way these systems cause us to think about things, which is important too. It's just takes a lot more reading the philosophers and and really breaking it down, the nuances. It's not as sexy to a lot of people as what Days of Noah is talking about, the cultural critiques about society and stuff. But Days of Noah used to do that too. He used to talk about like the social engineers like Bernard Russell and Orwell and Aldous Huxley's brother, like how Brave New World is actually a real thing now and all that stuff. That was
I'm like, hey,
that's above my pay grade. Those are the two big dogs, Machine and Days of Noah. They could that'd be a good debate if they ever had a debate on something. That'd be interesting.
I'd watch.
I'll watch that.
The Red Pill ideology encourages individuals to question and challenge societal norms and cultural assumptions. It fosters critical analysis of issues such as marriage, family structures, feminism, education system, media influence, and the impact of cultural movements on personal freedoms and individual autonomy.
Individual autonomy, meaning your body's your body. You always use the abortion thing about that. What about the damn Conan 19, the shot, right?
It was a psyop, bro. I'm telling you.
Big time. See what they can get away with, the social engineers. Look at this. Media, you said media, social media.
Family structures.
Family structure, yeah. What makes a good family? Most of these people, like Black Ram, he's saying, he has a video where it says, no wife, no kids, why being single is the greatest. That's gay, bro.
But see, yeah, that's see, this shit is so kind of confusing because, like my man was saying about the Arm & Hammer, Kellogg's, Planned Parenthood, like this shit is crazy deep. Why would you not want to procreate? You might as well be LGBT if you're not gonna procreate. That's the only thing that heterosexual. That I almost say that's the only thing, but that is the thing, motherfucker. We make people over here. We made you. If it wasn't, I heard one dude say, if it wasn't for us, there would be no them they.
Right, them they. Yeah. Let's see what he has to say.
Find your freedom in your life.
Hello everyone. Today I will teach you how to find your girlfriend.
You like this commercial?
In just 3 seconds.
Bro, this is the commercial in Taiwan.
Then select the
how to find your AI girlfriend is set.
After entering the prompt,
let that run for a second.
Dating is eugenics, man.
Look at this. Holy crap, bro. That's wild, huh?
Dating
away and put it in her hand.
Yeah, it says no kids, no wife, be single. Just make your girlfriend an AI app on your phone. Straight out, what's that movie? Blade Runner, the new one with the Ryan Gosling, right?
And in the hands of the state, and you celebrate this. Many of us.
And this is one of the predominant Black manosphere content creator, Black Ram 313 from Chicago.
Taken out a loan to do so.
You'll see his reasons.
You cannot influence the thoughts of your children. You cannot regulate the behavior of your children or direct their future paths. For the woman, the mother has absolute authority and final say in everything.
Yeah, I mean that's true if you don't have your shit together. Easier said than done. But he's acting like it's like not possible to be the head of your family. I don't agree with that. I think it's possible. It takes due diligence, so.
If it wasn't for that, you wouldn't be alive to make the decision to not reproduce. Right. So if you want your lineage to die off, who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna tie you down and bang you till you fucking? You feel what I'm saying? Like you gonna stand on that beach alone, and the Coast Guard gonna have to come get you. Like. This is weird. It's like the
very weird
project. Like you want to go stand in the corner in the cabin in the woods. No one's going like do your thing, bro. It's like we'll come get you when you start smelling.
Well, they got Uncle Ted like that in that log cabin. Yeah. Listen to this bullshit.
Whether you're in the marriage, in the home, or outside of the home, being the non-custodial parent.
See.
Once my child, me personally, once my child is 18, I'll be getting my life back. What does this mean? That means there will be no more weapons that a woman can use against me. I find this utterly amazing.
What's that? Well,
that the male, how can we describe him? That the American male is beyond tragic, and it goes further than America. This permeates almost every society on the globe. What is wrong with the male mind? How can you be so weak? I find this utterly amazing. And I'm just a little old guy from the west side of Chicago, never had nothing, don't have much now at all.
Never had a kid.
Making a YouTube video expressing these things, and I'm considered a monster and a villain.
I mean, it makes him good. Like, he's good if you're like totally in the simp blue pill, like I said, getting taken advantage of by woman after woman, maybe to snap you out. But if you stay in a place like this, you literally become a black incel or passport bro degenerate.
It really sounds like
right. He got hurt.
Yeah.
You rationalizing, you say?
Yeah, it just sounds like he rationalizing losing. Like, who
right
him anyway? Like, go to the beach, man. Spend some money. Like, you take a vacation. Who need like? Okay.
It's not there.
And welcome back to this U.S. Open office plan.
Miller just lobbed a message way over Jones's head.
And welcome back to this U.S. Open office plan.
Miller just lobbed a message way over Jones.
Look at that. Compare that to Mad Men, where it's all men in the office. Now all the commercials of the business is women. Yeah.
The leech, the parasite is not there.
What?
There are no pitter patter of little feet streaking across the room.
He called his child a parasite?
There's no child present.
Or his wife?
Therefore, there is no child support or alimony presence there either. The cash is all yours.
Yay.
There's also no taking now of some woman to an expensive dinner to impress her.
That's so, bro. If you have a lot of money and the woman's your partner's doing like has been doing good things and helping you out, why not take her on a nice dinner? Looking lame, bro. Don't get me started. You still there, bro?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You hear that?
Did you something? I can come up. I can leave and come back if it's.
No, I hear you. I can hear you. You're fine. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
No, I'm saying he was saying like the parasite of I think he was referring to your wife and those no pitter patter little feet. He's all, you can take all the money, it's all yours, and you don't have to take her to an expensive dinner. It's like, bro, why not reward your wife or your girlfriend if she's been helping you out and doing good and it's stupid, bro.
Mean, if he basically saying I thought he was trying to say he already had kids.
I don't know. Either way, I think it's kind of lame because even if he already had kids, he's telling the younger guys, they're gonna be like, why even have kids? Yeah, why wait 18 till 18? I know, man.
Bro, that's eugenics for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It is lame though. I gotta agree. That's lame. You gonna see one of these chicks, you're gonna be like, damn, like this, you know what I mean? Like you gonna want one. You're gonna want one.
Right.
And you gonna try to get that motherfucker. Then what happens if you get it? Like you don't I don't know. It is kind of
Like I said, like it's the red pill. They say it's a prescription for sickness, your sickness, but you don't use a prescription. Keep refilling it if you're already normal and healthy.
They done turned the Morpheus pill. They done turned the Morpheus pill
to a drip, right? To a drip, IV drip.
Oh man,
it's only supposed to be used for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like not. Because if you were like this, if I was like this like 24/7, I'd be like the biggest asshole of my family. But there are times when you need to use it sometimes. Let's see.
Feminism, education system, media influence, and the impact of cultural movements on personal freedoms and individual autonomy. These are just a few examples. And it's important to recognize that the red pill can hold different meanings for different people. Over time, it has evolved into a symbol representing a broad spectrum of perspectives, shaped by the diverse communities that embrace it. Now, as we dive deeper into
the diverse communities that embrace it, this is why you have anywhere from Fresh and Fit to Kevin Samuels to even that guy Street Maxer. Remember that dude I told you wearing the Speedo, dancing around a long time ago? I told you about that weirdo. Like, I'm trying to forget about that. But yeah, there's like so many different types of red pill content.
Topic. It's essential to acknowledge that the red pill has generated controversies and criticism. The broad range of ideas associated with it has led to varying interpretations and heated debates. Let's explore some of the key points of contention. Critics argue that the red pill can perpetuate harmful ideologies and reinforce negative gender dynamics. Some believe
that's right. If you don't take it into a context and holistically look at the whole picture, you will just get like Black Ram, right? And just say fuck women, basically, this pump and dump only, and then actually, some of the men might get angry. They call it red pill rage, especially when they first learn this information and take it out on their wife and beat them. You know,
I mean that's true, but I think why not discuss or investigate the components? Like it's one thing to attack the idea and be like, red pill is this.
Yes.
This, that. I want to get into the talking heads, all of them. Let's not pick one guy out the hat and pick on him. Like, let's really go through like, okay, what's this guy talking about? Like, so that we don't blanket and be like,
we're taking back. Sorry, go ahead. So we're taking back the red pill. Like, it went from like being holistic and being all these things what they're talking about here, politics, self-development, the family, challenging the norms of the system, questioning it. Like that's what it was. All these things, different components, but then it got shrunk down only to sexual dynamics, right? And then from there, all these big mouths influencers that don't talk about all these things we're talking about made a bad name for being red pill, which means being woke, really woke, being aware of what's going on, right? So yeah, that's what I mean. I've been saying that. Let's take woke back. Let's take red pill awareness, meaning being awake to what's really going on. So yeah, man, this is language we have the power to define as men and women. So let's be about it, bro. Because if not, you become this shit.
I believe it fosters a toxic masculinity narrative, emphasizing men's issues without fully addressing systematic inequalities.
See, this is what most people, when you talked about red pill, what they think. I told my other friend Jeremy about it like a couple of years ago, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like misogynistic and all this." I'm like, "Yeah, there are some people like that, but it's more to that." And now he actually is more receptive to some of the stuff they have to say because he's looking at it more holistically, meaning the big picture of it,
Or recognizing the experiences of marginalized groups. Additionally, certain conspiracy theories associated with the red pill have been widely debunked, leading to concerns about the spread of misinformation.
Look at that. You see that? This guy's a smug too.
It's important to engage in nuanced discussions and critically evaluate the information we encounter.
I like that. It's important to engage in nuanced discussions and evaluate the information. Nuance means the details of what we're doing right now, right? What we're doing right now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Not just like you said, saying like fuck all this shit. No, let's see what we should fuck, meaning throw away, and see what we should keep. Right? Have a realistic dialogue about it.
The red pill represents a broad range of ideas, and while some individuals find empowerment and alternative perspectives within
Pearly thinks. There she is.
framework, it's crucial to exercise caution.
Destiny, who debates a lot. He debated Myron and them recently.
And is he trans or what? Didn't Destiny?
He's bi. But to me, bi doesn't mean gay. Homosexual,
That'll do. So.
Yeah. But he's the quote unquote liberal debater that debates all these people. Yeah. He actually, people actually lost a lot of respect for him. Even on the other side, the people he debates, because even though he debates these people, he has a good enough relationship that they respect him. You know. Even though they don't agree, but when he started saying he was happy about Trump getting assassinated or trying to almost, and he was saying like, man, I wish there could have been more people that were killed, his followers, basically. People got very angry at him. But yeah, Destiny.
I wonder if people would get mad if they seen these Discord and Reddit back rooms. Would it be the same cancellation?
I mean, yeah, they'd probably be furious, but the thing is, they're private. You know, that's the thing. They're private, and those people would have to get canceled. Half of them don't even have a job. If you have time to hang out in a Discord 24/7, you know, like just keeping up with it like an hour a day is enough. A lot of work sometimes. I wish you would come and look at some of the fucking posts I tagging you in, but I realize you're busy. But because you're busy, but most people, bro, if you're in a Discord like 24/7, you're a loser, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I be trying to keep up. Discord is serious.
Yeah, it is, huh? This guy, Destiny, he got cucked. You hear about him personally? You heard about that, huh? Yeah. He got left for a TikToker. Damn. His wife left him.
And consider multiple viewpoints.
It's the same people on this.
So how did the red pill gain traction?
See, no, whatever. This is like Santa Barbara, white girl, a snow bunny lore right here.
Yeah,
become a cultural phenomenon.
Because Andrew Wilson makes his podcasts, right? Like nobody care about Brian really. That guy right there is Andrew Wilson. He dunks on all these girls.
Phenomenon beyond.
Whereas Myron yells at them and shames them with some red pill logic, but he's basically shit. He like fucking aggressive.
He's sharp.
Whereas,
he's pretty much sharp.
Yeah, Andrew Wilson.
No.
Myron.
Myron, like how sharp.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
very sharp. Like sharp. Sharp. Yeah, Sharp Raw. Sharp Rob. Shout out to what's his name? Point and shoot, bro. What's up with you, bro? You ain't making the videos like you did as much, bro.
Yeah, he made that live. It wasn't really like that.
Yeah. He needs to think of something else to do besides maybe none jumper, even though that's his niche. Yeah.
On the Matrix. The rise of social media and online communities provided platforms for individuals to connect.
I think he did get a milestone though, like 100,000 subs or something recently, something crazy like that.
Exchange ideas. It allowed like-minded individuals to find community, share experiences, and challenge established narratives.
See, this is the Discords we're talking about in Telegram groups.
Individuals to connect and exchange ideas. It allowed like-minded individuals to find community, share experiences, and challenge established narratives. These digital spaces provided fertile ground for the red pill to flourish and gain prominence.
They provided fertile ground for the red pill to grow because people could flush out their ideas, right? But it also is a breeding ground for shenanigans and racist shit too. Yeah.
Through forums, blogs, and social media platforms, individuals embrace the red pill as a means to explore alternative viewpoints.
There you go. What's his name? Tristan and Andrew and these other guys. They can't even come back to America, can they?
I don't know what's up.
And question prevailing beliefs. It became a tool for many to navigate a complex and rapidly changing world, providing a sense of empowerment and the ability to challenge societal norms.
Yeah, if you only use that, like, because like we said, it's a hyper reality. It's very crazy. Up is down and left is right nowadays. What's real, and what's fake. The red pill is one program, a tool you can use to help you navigate. However, if that's all you use, you can get locked into some very narrow ideologies that might actually limit you. You know, that's why I like this guy. I don't know if you heard of Thinking Man's Templar. He's a little younger than us, and he's a black trucker from the Bronx or Queens, and he makes these videos, red pill videos, but they're very thoughtful, and he gives a lot of his personal story into it, which is which was kind of like, now that I think about it, was the spirit of the original red pill forums. You know, people giving their field reports, as they say, right? Because I don't know about you, I'm more to really pay attention to somebody's personal experience rather than their actual, you know, the theory that they're putting across. You know, the actual experience makes it real, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And this is what he was doing, but on top of that, he also was I think he was a Hebrew Israelite or something. So he would always talk about the Most High too, because a lot of these guys, they got nothing spiritual about them in the red pill. They're all about, the younger ones, about pumping and dumping and stuff. So that only can get you so far, though.
So I wonder why Kevin Samuels was really pushing marriage, and
he got married 2 times. That's why. He's a believer in marriage, huh?
Well, yeah, he was. You know, he was trying to get people to date. He had gotten a couple people married. Like, he was ushering marriages. Like,
he probably wanted that for himself too, because he was married 2 times, and the one of the marriages made such an impression on him that he adopted the lady's daughter, right? And we still had a good relationship with her. Like, so he believed in the institution of marriage, I guess, but it probably he's kind of wants to get people to look at it through you know, the nuances of it in a way that benefits them, not just rushing into things.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. That was Lord.
Yeah.
However, I
personally think that, like, what Kevin Samuels talks about, his version of the red pill and also the married red pill on the subreddit, on Reddit, is actually the most beneficial red pill, right? Even if you're not married, you can learn a lot, because it looks at the big picture more than those other ones, or more temporary.
Important to approach these discussions with critical thinking, empathy, and a willingness to consider diverse perspectives. While the red
pill, like a dude, huh? That's disgusting.
Is to consider diverse perspectives.
That's a tranny, huh? Oh, nasty.
While the red pill can offer valuable insights and encourage critical analysis, it's vital to separate genuine knowledge from baseless claims and pseudoscience.
You said baseless claim is pseudoscience, and they show Rolo. Guitars in the back, failed guitarist.
As we wrap up this exploration,
Sneeko and Destiny,
it's worth noting that the red pill's significance continues.
Sneeko was a cuck too, they say, right?
To evolve. It has become a cultural touchstone, representing a broader awakening to hidden truths and rejection of unquestioned narratives.
That's the most important thing I can take out of it. We can take out of it questioning Listen to this.
hidden truths and
uncovering hidden truth and rejecting false narratives.
Broader awakening to hidden truths and rejection of unquestioned narratives. However, it's essential to engage with ideas responsibly, considering their implications and potential impact on individuals and society.
Right. Ooh, very important. Let me tell you this before we go right here.
Considering their implications and potential impact on individuals and society.
Yes, this is very important because they said, yeah, you got this new information about how the world's working, but just remember when you implement this type of philosophy in your life that there's going to be effects of it. And a lot of people have actually ruined decent relationships that were having a rocky spell because they went too hard on the red pill shit on their partner. You know, they went Rambo, as they say. You know? Yeah.
I could imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. They literally cut them off when in fact they probably could have worked something out. And then in terms of society, like these men that maybe they don't even have a family, but people like the influencers like the Tates and stuff, they realize the fact that young boys in middle school are now telling girls to shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, like maybe it's warrant. Well, that really, you really should never really treat somebody like that. I guess if they're in your face, but these people have big influence on the youth and also the old dudes too.
Yeah. This was read by Jake Malone, and thank you for the opportunity.
Bro, this can't be real. He must have had this copied this from somebody. This only has 17 views, this video. That's crazy to me. I thought it was a good video.
It was a good video.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good videos to get through.
Yeah, we didn't even get to yours right here. Like, I'm sorry.
We
gotta get those. Yeah. Yeah. So you got any? They gotta do this real family stuff, and you're gonna go conquer your kingdom. Right?
Pretty much.
What any takeaways? Any last final words for tonight?
I challenge the red pill community to actually wake up, actually subscribe to truth, and really put the nonsense down and pick up the logic and the humanity. Like let's dial it down a little bit, right? And just take it from like I like to say, based. Get back to
take
the
that
basics,
word back,
man.
Yeah,
get back to the basics.
Right. I like that. Like really, like get to that. Keep it simple, right? Yeah. Get back to the basics. Yeah. Right. So you don't turn up like these people right here. Look at that. So so what he said, everything what my brother on code said, bro. He had it on point, man. I think I said a lot. My mouth is tired. I appreciate you doing this. It was good.
Yeah.
It's one of the most realest ones, I think.
Yeah.
Because this affects everybody, right?
This one hit home for me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Fix everybody. Yeah. So with that said, have a good evening, have a good day, enjoy yourself, and bro, slow it down, like you said in the beginning on code, right? Slow it down. Right? Slow it down. And we'll see you next time here on Surfing the Apocalypse.
Peace.
Peace.